Sa buhay mo ngayon, ikaw ay magsikap na pumasok sa landas na pinapangarap. Ngunit iyong pagkaisipin na kung ikaw ba'y handang salubungin siya. Gusto ni Jesus ay makasama ka. Ang panahon malapit na ang pagdating niya. Humanda ka, humandang salubungin siya. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat magkakasama. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Sarap manahan doon sa langit na bayan. Tuwa at kasiyahan ang mapapakinggan. Walang mararanasan na mga kapighatian. Doon sa Ama ang buhay ay walang hanggan. Ang panahon malapit na ang pagdating niya. Humanda ka, humandang salubungin siya. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat magkakasama. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Panahon malapit na ang pagdating niya. Humanda ka, humandang salubungin siya. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat magkakasama. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Sa buhay mo ngayon, ikaw ay magsikap na pumasok sa landas na pinapangarap. Ngunit iyong pagkaisipin na kung ikaw ba'y handang salubungin siya. Gusto ni Jesus ay makasama ka. Ang panahon malapit na ang pagdating niya. Humanda ka, humandang salubungin siya. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat magkakasama. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Sarap manahan doon sa langit na bayan. Tuwa at kasiyahan ang mapapakinggan. Walang mararanasan na mga kapighatian. panahon malapit na ang pagdating niya. Humanda ka, humanda nang humandang salubungin siya. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat magkakasama. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa. Walang mawawaglit kahit isa.
Di mo ba napapansin ang buhay sa iyong kapaligiran? Marami nang natutupan, palatandaan mula sa banal na kasulatan. Kailan pa ibibigay ang buhay sa nagbigay? Malapit na dumating, ngunit di alam kung kailan darating. Kaya tayo'y maghanda na upang sa langit tayo ay sama-sama. Hindi mo ba sasabihin sa iyong kapwa at mga minamahal? Halina't ating salubungin si Jesus na nagbigay buhay ay darating. Kailan pa ibibigay ang buhay sa nagbigay? Malapit na dumating, ngunit di alam kung kailan darating. Kaya tayo'y maghanda na upang sa langit tayo ay sama-sama. Kailan pa ibibigay ang buhay sa nagbigay? Malapit na dumating, ngunit di alam kung kailan darating. Kaya tayo'y maghanda na upang sa langit tayo ay sama-sama. Upang sa langit tayo ay sama-sama.
Kung po ay Panginoon dakilang Diyos na may tagapagligtas, Panginoon, sa gabi nito na kami po ay mag-aaral ng inyong banal salita. Lalo't Panginoon sa mga panahon nito ng present truth na dapat po namin malaman. Una sa lahat, Panginoon, tago po kami sa krus ni Kristo upang hayag po ang patwiran na hindi po aming patwiran. Muli, Panginoon, kami po ay humingi ng tawad sa lahat po ng aming magawang kasalanan. upang ang Panginoon ang magiging karapat-dapat na maging tagapagsalita at tagapagpahayag ng mga pabalita sa uling kapanahonan nito. Pagpalain po ang aming mga viewers, gayon din po ang aming pong mga technology na ginagamit. Ito po ay magiging daluyan ng pag-asa at maging malinaw po na madinig at mapanood ng aming mga taga-subaybay sa bawat sulok ng mundo bilang babala na mayroong panganib na darating at nalalapit na pag-uukom ng ating Diyos na unang mangyari po sa iglesia. Panginoon, ibuhos naman ninyo sa amin ang huling na. Upang sa ganyan, Panginoon, kami po ay maisigaw, tulang takot, ang pabalitang ito. Hindi lamang dito sa bansang Pilipinas, kundi sa buong Pilipinas. Kapalain po kami lahat, Panginoon. Hindi po mga shares, hearers, and watchers sa gabing ito. Ito po ay aming idinadalangin sa matamis sa pangalan ni Jesus na aming tanging tagapagligtas. Amen. Muli mga kapatid ko ay narito muli ang Galitan Truth Ministry, Gospel Commission 1/4 upang tayo po ay magkaroon po ng salita ng ating Panginoon. At nagdadala kayong lingkod, makasama po kayo ngayon sa gabi nito. At isang muling nakagandang topic natin pag-aralan sa gabi nito mga kapatid. I hope ay kayo po ay magkaroon po ng kaalaman, paghanda sa uling kapanahon nito. Ito po ang inyong po sa gabi ito, si Brother Michael Baladya. Okay? At nais natin po batiin ang ating po mga viewers sa gabi ito mga kapatid ko na sila po ay nag-tune in sa ating pong comment section dito po sa ating pong live broadcast sa Galitan Truth Ministry. Hindi ko po mabatik po dyan sa Gospel Commission 1/4 sapagkat nakamonitor lamang po ako sa my Galitan Truth Ministry. Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyo at una-una sa lahat kay Sister Esther Uy, Nanay Esther, magandang gabi po sa inyo dyan. Okay, kay Sister Maria Malagsi, maraming salamat po sa pagtawag po sa inyo po mga friends. Yan po, ang dami po kanya tinatawag. Okay, sabi po niya, good evening everyone. Ayan po. At sabi po ni Nanay Esther, uy mga kapatid, ito po ang kanyang sinabi, no? Yan po sa comment section po natin. Good evening po, PWTM, family at sa lahat ng viewers. Thank you for another inspiring message from you all, anchor of this ministry. Watching now, from Dasma, Cavite. Kamusta po sa lahat? God bless as we study the Word of God. Okay, yan. Maraming salamat po, Nanay Esther. Okay, kay Sister Sofia Amaro. Yan po. Good evening po. Ayan, at good evening to all, ang sabi po niya. Okay, ganun din po kay Sister Eileen Bernadas. Ayan po, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Ayan, kay Brother Bobot Delgado, dyan po sa Antique. Okay, good evening po. Okay, ganun din po kay Sister Emma Aribalo. Ayan, magandang gabi po. Thank you for the heart. Ayan po. At ganun po kay Brother Juki Sebedad ng Bicol. At hindi po kay Elder Jeff Berakit, dyan po sa may Nabaliches Bayan Church. Elder po yan natin, mga kapatid ko. Ano po. Okay, kay Sister Luchi Sevilla, may bahay po ni Tia Jerry. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Kay Sister Dina Capistrano Santiago, kamag-anak tayo Sister Dina. Ang ating pong middle initial din po ay Capistrano. Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Kay Mami Nix Lazaro, good evening po. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa pag-tune in. Din po kay, yan po, nagbati po sa atin po si Sister Luchi at nag-mention po ng everyone and at followers. Maraming salamat po sa inyo pong pagtangkilik at pag-share ng programa ito upang marami pong makinabang at maraming makalam sa mga bagay po na meron nangyayari sa kapanahon na ito. At tayo po ay magpatuloy na po sa ating pong pag-aral. At ngayon na din po ay live din po tayo sa YouTube channel. At wala pa pong nag-comment po dyan sa ating YouTube. Bagamat wala pa pong comment, ay kayo po nariyan upang manood, ay maraming salamat po sa pagpili po ng ating pong programa dyan po sa my YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. At tayo po ngayon po ay magsimula na po sa ating pong pagtalakay ng ating topic. Okay, Mami Josepa Parduccio. Okay, magandang gabi po. Ganun din po kay Sister Concepcion, hindi po anak. Good evening po sa lahat ng taga-subaybay dito at dito TM. God bless us all watching with Concepcion. Wow, thank you so much po. At tayo po ay magsimula doon sapagkat napaganda pong ating topic sa gabi ito upang hindi po tayo magmadali mamaya po sa ating pong pangaral. Okay, at i-share po natin ang ating topic. At inyong nakita kanina pang kapatid na po sa ating pong poster kanina habang po tayo nagsisimula ay nandun po ang ating slides. By the way, iulitin po natin gaya po ng ginagawa natin lagi dito po sa platform dito. Okay, i-share po natin. Ayan, okay. Okay, this is limited go. Yan po ang ating topic ngayon. Ano po? PIS Surveillance and Control System, Europa's Digital ID, 2030 Digital Only Society. Okay, now, ay pag-aral po natin yan, ano bang PIS Surveillance ito and Control System na kung saan po ay gagamitin sa panahon po na darating mga kapatid ko to control the humanity. Okay, tuloy po tayo sa ating pag-aral. Ano po? Okay, next slide. At ito po si Christian Teres, ano po, no, ng Parliament. Isa po siyang European Parliament na siya po ay meron pong message na po, no, na ating po pag-aralan sa gabing ito. Third press conference in Europa against mandatory COVID certificate. Okay, we witnessed the China-fication of Europe and the transitioning of Europe from democracy to tyranny. Integrity of the body is an absolute right that cannot be violated by the government. Okay, panoorin po natin video na ito, mga kapatid.
Clearly, we are witnessing right now the Chinification of Europe, because we see what is happening in China right now with the social credit score, where the government is monitoring and surveilling all the people from the beginning to end. Everything that they do, everything, everywhere where they walk, they control everything and they watch everything. This is the example of a tyranny, when the government knows everything about you, where you go, what you eat, where you enter. That's the tyrannical system. And we've seen this system being implemented right now under the leadership of Ursula von der Leyen, slowly but surely in the European Union. The green certificate was just the first step. There are few more proposals right now under debate in the parliament. The European wallet ID, for example, the European social security card. All these things that are creating a system that will monitor, control, supervise, and condition the rights of all the European citizens. Just yesterday, before yesterday actually, on Monday, in the plenary, we had the Commissioner for Work. And he said, well, we need the European Social Security card number, PIS, as he called it, certificate, to facilitate the freedom of movement. You know, we heard this before with the green certificate. So they use, this is the same narrative. And I invite you guys as journalists, just watch what they say and what they do. Because there's 180-degree difference from what they say and what they promise and what they are committing to in front of the plenary and what the end result is.
Okay, binabanggit mga kapatid ko na it is like China-tification. China-tification na kung saan po ay makita natin na what is happening in China ay parang ina-adapt na po ngayon, which is ito pong lower po ng European Parliament na si Christian Teres, which is MEP, ay kanya sinabi na they are talking about this digital passport or green passport and then digital ID, na ito po ay tatawag nila po na the transitioning of Europe from democracy to tyranny. Which is ang pag-aralan po na last time natin ko na sa recall na binabanggit po ng Roman Catholic Church na si Archbishop Marcelo Sanchez Rondo na yung China, which is the best implementer ng social doctrine in the church. Okay, which is written dyan po sa yung screen, sabi ko ganito, no? Right now, those who are best implementing the social doctrine in the church are the Chinese, which is binabanggit po ng Atlantic Council Ang sabi po ng Atlantic Council, China's blueprint for the what? For the New World Order. At ang sabi po dyan, China's blueprint for the New World Order. Okay, next. Which is, dito po binabanggit, no? Let us listen to this introduction po ng Atlantic Council sa kanila pong meeting. At ito po ay ating pong ipadinig ulit upang inyo makita natin po yung kanila pong introduction regarding with this Zoom meeting po nila. Let us watch this video.
Everyone, and thanks for joining us for today's event, China's Blueprint for the New World Order. My name is Dave Schulman, Senior Director of the Atlantic Council's Global China Hub, which devises allied solutions to the global challenges posed by China's rise, leveraging the Atlantic Council's work on China across our 15 other programs and centers. A key characteristic of our work on China at the Council is the effort to combine expertise on the strategic aims driving China's growing engagement around the world with insights from our global network on the on-the-ground impact of that engagement, using these insights to assess implications for the United States, our allies, and the international order.
Okay, dyan po matid, no? Implication, especially mga nabanggit po ng United States, our allies, and the international order. Ibig sabihin matid ko, ito po ay kanilang pinakita na ito po ay tingnan ng US upang makita ng US kung ano pong significance ng mga bagay na tatawag po na New World Order na ginawa po niya sa China, which is binabanggit kanina matid ko ni Archbishop, na dito po ay makita natin na sabi po ni Archbishop Marcelo Sanchez Orondo that Chinese is the best implementer ng social doctrine ng Church ng Roman Catholic Church. Okay, now, let us go forward.
And the title of this session, are we ready for a new world order?
Okay, kaya sabi po no, ng last year, March 30, 2022, which is sabi po, day 1 of the World Government Summit. Dito po ay nag-last ng less than 30 seconds. The title of this session, Are We Ready for a New World Order? Which is, mga kapatid, natin, according to this Trilateral Commission, calls this year as the year 1 of New Global Order. Okay, 2023 is year 1 of this new global order. Okay, what is the tools of the new order?
If you think what are the tools of the new world, everybody should have a digital ID, everybody should have a bank account, everybody should have a smartphone.
Okay.
Then anything can be done. Everything else is built on that.
Okay, what is the tools of the new order? Okay, 1 is digital ID, number 2 is bank account, and number 3 is smartphone. So that 3 things na binanggit po nandito po ng IMF during the meeting ni Dan Nilikani, na if you have these 3 item or object, which is digital ID, bank account, smartphone, and you already in the new world order. Okay, next, matig ko. And dito mga kapatid sa screenan po, naglunsad po ang UNDP Digital. Okay, ito po mga kapatid, no, Digital Public Infrastructure, DPI, is essential for countries to improve their economies and the well-being of people. Okay, at ito pong UNDP Digital ay nais mo nila mga kapatid, no, mga kaibigan sa gabing ito, sa ating pag-aaral, that in 5 years, ay meron pong 50 countries na mag-implement na po ng digital public infrastructure safely and inclusively. So if this is the first year of New World Order, and in the coming 5 years, plus 5, ibig sabihin natin ko, in 2028, ay meron na pong 50 countries na mag-implement po ng digital public infrastructure. That is their plan. Okay, ulitin ko po matig ko sa gabing ito. Sa ating pag-aaral. In this context po ng UNDP Digital, okay, at inyong makita mga kapatid ko, no? In this context, okay, binabanggit po ng UNDP that in the next 5 years, ay meron na pong 50 countries which implementing this digital public infrastructure. Okay, we don't know if kasama pong Pilipinas already, but they are sure, matig ko, they are sure there are 50 countries in the next 5 years. 50 in 5. Okay, yun pong ibig sabihin po ng 50 in 5. Okay, join us for the launch of the 50 in 5 initiative to discuss how building inclusive DPI can foster strong economies and equitable societies. Now let us go to the next slide. Okay, next. UNDP launching Inclusive Digital Public Infrastructure Development Initiative. Okay, PAIR, the 50 in 5 website. The initiative is an advocacy campaign fronted by the UNDP with the aim of having at least 50 countries successfully design, launch, and scale components for the digital public infrastructure by 2028. So DPI is a combination of digital tools such as digital identity ecosystem, digital payments, platforms, and data exchange facilities. DPI systems as a way of accelerating the march towards achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Okay mga kapatid ko, dito po sa ating screen, ano po? Okay, ipaliwanag natin maigi para po inyong maintindihan sa gabi ito, kapatid ko. By the way, good evening po sa lahat ng ating viewers. Ito pong UNDP, kapatid ko, it is kind of technology na which is, ito'y dinisign. Okay? Design na kung saan po ay mangyayari by the next 5 years, 2028, diyan po sa screen, nabanggit po kanina, na kung saan po ay i-launch po ito pong Digital Public Infrastructure or DPI for the short name, DPI, okay? Remember the word DPI. Kapag sabi nating DPI, the meaning of DPI is Digital Public Infrastructure. Na ito pong Digital Public Infrastructure po ay binubuo po ng Digital Identity Ecosystem, your digital payments, and data exchange facilities, which is, we will expound natin ko dyan po sa inyong screen. Okay, at talakin po natin for you to see the program na nais po ng SDG nito, UN United Nations SDG 2030. Okay, for this year 2028, for the next 5 years, okay, kanila pong implement, there will be 50 countries, ulitin po natin para po maintindihan natin lahat natin ko. There will be 50 countries in the world that will implement digital public infrastructure or IDPI. Okay, IDPI. At dyan po sa baba matig ko, ninyo pong makita ng box po na yan. Ang sabi po dyan, 50 in 5 is a country-led advocacy campaign. By 2028, the 50 in 5 campaign will have helped 50 countries design, launch, and scale components of the digital public infrastructures. Ibig sabihin matig ko, they are sure, they are working right now sa ating kapanahonan this year, which is year 1, 2023, na magkakaroon po ng siguradong 50 countries by the year 2028. Okay, ano po yung nilalaman po ng DTPI nito? Okay, let us read first yung pong red box, na kaya po yung nakabox sa inyo pong screen. Okay, DPI. Okay, DPI, which refers to a secure and interoperable network of components that include digital payments. Ibig sabihin po, dyan nakita po niyo, gumagalaw po yung screen, ang isa pong dollar, kanya po ay natawag natin digital payments. Okay, ano po mga kapatid ko? Data exchange and digital ID. So, ibig sabihin, in the year 2028, ang ating pong payments po is CBDC. Okay, we will have, there are already 50 countries na nag-run po ng CBDC. Okay, most likely, kasama na po ang Pilipinas dyan because I do naman ko gumagawa po ngayon ng Pilipinas ng tatawag natin po na pilot na wholesale. And ang final po na trial po ng tatawag natin po wholesale, trading po ng ating pong central bank is until 2024. Na mangyayari matig ko ay nandyan po ang digital IDs. Which is ngayon matig ko makita natin that we already having towards this digital IDs na natawag natin po na national IDs. Okay, that is digital ID. And time will come, we will have a data exchange. So we'll use internet to exchange data. Okay, by the year 2028, ito po ang mangyayari sa atin that DPI ay ang plan po nila, itong tatlong bagay nito, ito po ay mangyayari at ito po ay may sisagawa. okay, which refers to a secure and interoperable network of components. Okay, that include digital payments, ID, and data exchange systems. Is essential for participation in markets and society in a digital era. The PI is needed for all countries. So ibig sabihin, not only in these 50 countries, but to all countries, but they are sure already that by the year 2028, meron pong 50 countries to build resilient and innovative economies and for the well-being of people. Okay, next, Matig ko. At sino po ang may pinakala nito, Matig ko? Yes, of course, Pope Francis is the brain of this idea. Pope Francis calls for global COVID-19 recovery plan in message to World Bank and IMF. Okay, in a letter published by the Vatican April 8, the Pope called for comprehensive approach to rebuilding the world economy. Okay, now, ito po ay ating pong nilatag nakalipas ng ilang buwan. Which is, nakita natin yung matid code, which is IMF and World Bank is the one behind pushing this DPI. Okay, which is also Pope Francis calls for global COVID-19 sa Bank, World Bank, and IMF. Okay, now, let us move forward. And this article, Pope Francis calls for a new economic model to rebuild post-coronavirus world. And after pandemic, nasabi Pope Francis, we will have a new world order. Okay, now, next. Nasabi po natin ko na Revelation 18 verse 3. For all nations have drank of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have become rich through abundance of her luxury. Which is ngayon, nakita natin, mga kapatid, no? Mga kaibigan natin, ang viewers natin, that the merchants of the earth right now are rich through the abundance of her agenda, of her luxury, which is, represent nila Matid ko, yung tawag natin po na policy dito po sa may climate change. And the merchants of these things who became rich by her. So, ibig sabihin, dahil po sa kanya pong kalakal, ang mga negosyante po ay naging mayaman. Which is ngayon po, it is truly happened na maraming yumaman ngayon because of the agenda behind the scene, dito pong katawag natin po na climate change or global warming. Okay, now, let us continue. Which is, alam po natin, na dating panahon, there will be no merchandise na bibili sa kanya. Time will come. And that is written in the prophecy. And this one, makikita natin, no? In the book of Revelation 18, verses 11 to 13, he is rich in ointments, frankincense, wine oil, fine flour, and wheat, which is itong ating ibig sabihin pagkain po. He's rich in food, he's rich in trades, mga kapatid ko, and all the merchandise by dito po sa may system nito or ng business nito, mga kapatid ko. And we believe, matid ko, no, and we tackled last time that the Roman Catholic Church, under po ni Pope John Paul II, they asked forgiveness for the past 2,000 years because of their persecution. And also, not only John Paul II, but also Pope Francis asked protest for forgiveness because of the past persecution ng Roman Catholic Church. Okay. At ito din po ay nabanggit ni Pope John Paul II. They asked forgiveness because of the slave trade, which is in the book of the Bible, in the book of Revelation 17, there are also slave, mga kapatid ko, no, na binabanggit doon, that they are involved of white Christians in the slave trade. We ask pardon from our African brothers who suffered so much because of the trade in blacks. Okay, at kung ating mga kapatid makita, no, na pinag-aralan natin, which is later on we'll see in this subject na ating pinag-aralan ko. Okay, now let us move forward. Which is, according to this Amsterdam news, the major role of the Catholic Church played in slavery. According to this article, natin pinakita sa gabing ito, mga kapatid, the Catholic Church played a vital role in transatlantic slave trade. According to historians and several published pieces on the topic. In fact, the church was the backbone of the slave trade. So ibig sabihin nito, natin ko, the Roman Catholic Church is a backbone, siya po ang backbone ito ng slave trade. The Society of Jesus, who helped establish Georgetown University and whose leaders enslaved and mercilessly sold your ancestors, stands before you to say that we have greatly sinned. Which is, ito po ay inamin mismo po ni Reverend Timothy Keseki, which is a member of the Society of Jesus, or a Jesuit, during the time of Jesuit Conference of Canada and the United States. Ito po kanya pong sinabi na kung saan po ay malaking role po ng church regarding with the slave trade. Okay, now let us move forward. Now, in our study, mga kapatid, no, we are already towards the slavery because of this digital society na ginagawa nila. And this system, digital ID or DPI, is a kind of slavery for those who will have this kind of technology in the future. Why? Because in your digital ID, nandun po lahat matigpo na information. They can track you, okay? They can surveil you, and they will know your house, the color of your hair, okay, your iris scan na yung mata, the color of your skin, even your passport, even your ID, even saan ka nag-work, lahat po doon nakalagay po doon sa inyo pong digital ID, including your email. And dito po sa European Council, European Digital Identity Council and Parliament reached a provisional agreement on EID. So ibig sabihin po, they reached an agreement that they will implement the EID. Okay, dyan po sa screen po yung red box. With the approval of the European Digital Identity Regulation, we're taking a fundamental step so that citizens can have a unique and secure European digital identity. So ibig sabihin mga tid ko, no, binabanggit ito, that the European in the next few years, okay, maybe we don't know if less than 5 years, because they said well ago sa ating pong mga slides na kalipas that in the year 2028 ay meron pong 50 countries na sila po ay nag-implement na po ng tawag natin na DPI. This is a key advance for the European Union to be a global reference in the digital field. So ibig sabihin po sila po magiging pilot din po na tawag natin po na digital field, protecting our democratic rights and values. So ibig sabihin natin po, they already given the information that they will going to implement this EDI or European Digital Identity, or yung tawag po natin kanina mga kapatid ko ng the DPI. Okay, time will come, they will have also the European Digital Identity Wallet. So in this wallet, matiko, all the information, your money, your bank account, your Central Bank digital currency account, nandiyan po na lahat nakalagay. Which is sa ating Pilipinas, ay example po natin sa ating mga Pilipino ngayon, which is we're using the Maya and also this GCash, which is later on, ito po ay magiging way para po ay ma-process yung ating CBDC using these components na ginagamit natin ngayon, na ito po yung pinakasikat yung Maya and ito pong GCash. Okay, now let us move forward. Okay, meron pong binabanggit si Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Si Melinda Gates Matigo is one of the sponsor po nitong natitawag na 50 in 5. Implementing digital public infrastructure safely and inclusively. So in this context, makita natin, no, na 50 in 5 years is a country-led advocacy campaign by 2028. The 50 in 5 campaign will have helped 50 countries design, launch, and scale components of their digital public infrastructure. Now, let us listen to Melinda Gates about this 50 in 5. Okay, listen carefully.
So now we must ensure country leaders have the tools and expertise they need to make this work. That's why our foundation is proud to support 50 in 5 alongside the World Bank and other partners. It's an example of collaboration, innovation, and smart investment. And it builds on the bank's Identification for Development initiative, which has been meeting the steady demand from countries to modernize ID and civil registration systems. By 2028, more than 500 million more people will have a digital identity that allows them to access employment and education opportunities more easily, as well as financial services, healthcare, and government programs.
Okay, in 2028, okay, binabanggit po ni Melinda Gates, ay papasok po ang 50 countries in this agenda. That all transactions will done in DPI. Okay, if you access in the government facilities, for example, ikaw po ay professional, your PRC, ay gagamit ka po, which is right now ay nangyari pong digital. Okay, one time ako po ay renew ng aking license, ay hindi ka muna pupunta doon sa may agency ng PRC, which is, ang unang gagawin po ay pupunta ka sa may website ng PRC, and then you follow the instruction, and later on ay lagay mo picture mo doon, and then after nilagay yung picture mo and then your data, you will go to a place na kung saan po ay doon po sa place na yon ay nakalagay po yung anong place, anong time, anong month, ikaw po ay pupunta doon sa place na yon. And then, bago punta doon, nakabayad ka na. Through using your GCash or yung pong bank na pupunta ka. For example, po PDO po yung kanila pong ginamit, or Dragon Pay, ay pupunta ka po ng bank para bayaran po yung Dragon Pay na yon. Or ikaw po ay nag-transact, ay gamitin mo ang GCash o Paymaya, you will use Paymaya. And then, pagpunta doon po sa PRC na lugar po na assign sa iyo, na vacant for that time na nais po natin puntahan, that's the time makuha po natin yung ating ID. Time will come, atin ko, no? Every transaction po will be done in this DPI. And for example po, ay mag-apply ka ng trabaho. Okay? Before you apply in a company, ay meron ka dapat po ay meron kang data dyan sa DPI. Otherwise, if you have no data, they will not accept you sa isa pong interview. So everything will be done in DPI, including your money. And mga kapatid, sa gabing ito, nakita natin, no? Which is, noon, pinag-aralan natin way back 2 years ago, ay pinipicture natin, mga kapatid, ano kayo ito pong binabanggit natin si BDC, paano sa gamitin, saan sa po ay papasok yung ating pong pagbili, which is ngayon, mga kapatid ko, ay nakita natin slowly and clearly, nakita natin, ngayon po, sa natawag natin na taon, which is year 1, yung nga po binabanggit po ng kanina po sa ating pong slide, na year 1 po ng ito po natawag natin ng New World Order. Okay, na kung sa matig ko ay nakita natin slowly and rolling matig po ito pong ginagawa ng infrastructure, which is the BIS system that will prepare for the implementation po ng Nobay and Zen. And that is one way, matig, no, na dito po yung binabanggit natin sa may Darito and Truth Ministry, that the system ay binubuo, mga kapatid. Okay? At kung makita natin, mga kapatid ko, no, na which is dito po sa climate agenda, okay, climate agenda, binubuo po yung system. At there's another way naman, mga kapatid ko, na sa Amerika, which is dalawa kasi, mga kapatid ko, na gusto kong i-share sa inyo sa gabing ito. Sa US po, may dalawa pong partido ng political party, which is Democratic Party and Republican Party. Yung Democratic, ang kanilang pong posisyon po ay i-push yung climate change agenda. Which is, yung system po ng Nobay and Zen, nakita natin ngayon, which is, dyan po ay pabor po ang Democratic Party. And then there's another entity na tatawag natin po na another party. Ito po ay malaki, dalawa kasi po malaking party po ng US, Republican and Democratic. Ang Republican naman po ay, they are against climate change. But they're also pushing, ito pong tatawag po natin na Sunday worship, okay, ng Christian nationalism, natin pinag-aralan for the few months, okay, na kung saan po ay i-push nila din po yung natawag na Sunday worship as a means po magkaroon po ng moral rebirth or moral recovery. So dalawang bagay, matig ko, na sila po nag-push. The other one is pushing about the climate agenda, which is the BIS system, and the other one is also pushing this mark. So either of the side, matig ko, either saan ka man po ay pag-aralan mo yung bawat isa, parehas po sila po nag-push po ng natawag natin na Sunday system or natawag natin na B system na mangyayari sa madaling panahon, mga kapatid ko. Now, let us continue po sa ating pag-aaral sa gabi. So, wala ka pong makita na there is neutral or there is isa po ay hindi po gumagalaw sa katuparan po ng prophecy, matig ko. Okay, now let us continue our study. Okay, dyan po sa screen, matig ko. Ito po ay nakitang lingkod po sa may LinkedIn. Ito po ay sa account po ni Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Okay, ito po sabi, matig ko, no? Today, we are happy to support the launch of 50 in 5, a new country-led advocacy campaign with ambitious goal to help 50 countries design, launch, and scale at least one component of their digital public infrastructure by 2028. So, ibig sabihin, tumutulong po ang Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation because they are the author of actually nito pong DPI nito. They are the maker, supporter po ng DPI nito. So, digital leaders from all over the world, including Estonia, Ethiopia, Moldova, Sri Lanka, and Togo, are collaborating to accelerate safe, inclusive, and interoperable DPI. So, diyan po mga kapatid, makita po ninyo, no, what countries ay merong ngayon po ginagawa na mangyari po sa ng country o mailunsad sa ng country yung DPI. Nabanggit po dito sa Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation yung mga example po ng mga bansa nito, which is, nandiyan po sa yung screen. Okay, yung Estonia, Ethiopia, Moldova, Sri Lanka, and Togo. There are 5 countries na kailan po binabanggit, which is, European country is included. Okay, which is Jamaica. Okay, tingnan natin mga kapatid ko. Okay, now, let us count a bit. Okay, po yung mga countries. For example, in the previous study na meron po tayo. Okay, now, dyan po binanggit 5. Okay, ulitin natin. Estonia, number 1. Ethiopia, Moldova, Sri Lanka, Togo. Okay, now, Jamaica, Nigeria. Okay, meron po sila pong at least, mapigo, 2 or 1. Okay, India, Nigeria, Jamaica. Okay, ano bang bansa na pag-aralan natin? Okay, Europe, ano po, no? Tulad ng UK. Okay, Switzerland. Ibig sabihin, mabibilang natin ngayon na kung saan po ay sila po ay nagsasagawa na po ngayon ng DPI. And we could see, matig ko, no? Ito po yung rapid movements. Nabanggit na po ng Testimonies Volume 9, page 11, paragraph 1-2. Ito po yung maging mabilis. So, ibig sabihin ngayon, makita natin ngayon, no? Na ito po ay international na ginagawa. Globally. And it is for the sake of the common good, especially ng attached ito po sa climate change. Learn how countries are coming together through 50 in 5 to build safe and inclusive digital public infrastructure to foster strong economies and equitable societies. Now, let us continue po sa ating pag-aaral. Okay, next. Euro officials agree to launch a digital identity wallet, threatening the privacy of citizens. Bakit po ay threat ito po sa privacy po ng citizen? Okay, ito po ay kanilang dibanggit. Okay, red words. The digital ID will not only serve as a digital passport, but also be linked to other personal attributes. Okay, what are those personal attributes? Such as one's driving license, diplomas, bank account. Okay, ito mga kapatid, ano po? So ito pong digital passport or DPI ay nabanggit na yung lingkod kanina, which is ang laman po noon is your driver's license, your PRC, okay, your TIN number, okay, your PHealth, SSS, what else matigod? Government IDs, nandiyan po sa may DPI na yan. Or so dito pong sa digital passport. Yung ating diplomas, yung ating pong health record, even our bank account diyan po nakalagay sa ating pong DTI. Okay, now, let us continue. And UC ko na sa ating pag-aral sa gabi ito. Okay, which is, ito din po ay nabanggit dito po sa ating binasa kanina na European Digital Identity. Okay, basahin po natin yung malaking box. This is pink. Under the new law, member states will offer citizens and businesses digital wallets that will be able to link their national digital identities with proof of other personal attributes. For example, your driver's license, diplomas, bank account, which is, kanina mga kapatid ko, nakita natin na parehas po sa document na ito. They are presenting the same article, or which is, I mean, the same words or explanation regarding with this or the content of this DPI. Okay, citizens will be able to provide their identity and share electronic documents. So, our documents, our email, nandun po lahat nakalagay. Which is yung pong Facebook, okay, yung ating pong Twitter, your Instagram, TikTok will be inserted in that DPI from their digital wallets with a click of a button on their mobile phone. We can see it later in the few years matigon, maybe next year, kung ano pong DPI na ito, na-present po sa iba pong bansa, especially in Europe mga tigono, na sila po ay first world country, na sila po ay nagbanggit na sila po ay magsasagwa po ng ito pong digital identity. Okay, next. With ito pong digital identity, ito po ay nakalagay po sa UN SDG 2030 number 1. Okay, kung ating tingnan matikot dito screen po, ano po yung number 1 po na SDG nito? Okay, which is, ito pong aklat na ito mga kapatid na kanilang sinulat, which is, ang title po nito is a Global Digital Compact. An open, free, and secure digital future for all. Ibig sabihin, ito mga kapatid, sabi nga ng Klaus Schwab, there's nothing to hide. Kung ikaw po ay mabuti, there's nothing to hide, there's nothing to fear. So, kaya nga sabi matik ko ng, WEF, World Economic Forum 2013, you own nothing but you're happy because everything is transparent. Okay, dito po sa number 1 po na SDG, okay, 2013. Our digital IDs link to our bank or to our mobile money. Okay, ibig sabihin matig ko, ito po ay number 1 na goal ng SDG. At itong SDG matig ko ay nais po nilang pambilisin. Which is binabanggit na karaan ng ating pinag-aralan that a new pace of accelerated progress towards the SDG. Okay, new pace na pabilisin nila po ang progress po ng SDG nito because they say matig ko that we have only few years left. Okay? Kaya po sabi po dyan, Agenda 2030, why civic participation is key to meeting UN sustainability targets. Okay, this year's report is especially crucial as we're nearing the halfway point of Agenda 2030. Ibig sabihin po, kalahati na lamang po tayo na ma-reach po natin yung target na 2030. We are halfway. Bakit halfway? Because this agenda nag-start po ng 2015. So, kung tingnan natin matigol ng 15 years, kalahati po yan is -7, which is right now 2023. Okay. Arguably, the greatest ever human endeavor undertaken to create peaceful, just, equal, and sustainable societies. Okay, red word sa bandang ibaba matid ko. Genesis screen. The 2023 SDG or Sustainable Development Goals Summit is enormously significant with a number of world leaders expected to attend, which is nangyari po nga yan last September. That they wanted na magkaroon po ng progress na ma-achieve po yung proposed po nila na SDG. Not only to achieve but to accelerate the implementation of Agenda 2030. Okay, next, matig ko. Let us listen to this, another MEP. After the meeting, matig ko, na siya po ay nagsalita. Ang sabi po niya, very bad news, sabi niya. The European Parliament and member states just reached an agreement on introducing the digital identity or EID. Okay? After the meeting. Ibig sabihin po, pagkatapos ng meeting nila, okay, they have a debate. Sila po ay nag-debate sila, and there are some parliament ng European member of the European Parliament. Some of them po matigo ay nag-oppose. But MEP Rob Roos says na bad news daw. Bakit bad news? Very bad news. Kasi nga po, naipasa po, nagkaroon po ng reach agreement na introduce po yung digital ID. Okay, sabi niya, directly afterwards, Euro Commissioner Breton said, now, okay, take natin ko yung red words po Okay, sabi po nila, now that we have a digital ID wallet, we have to put something in it, suggesting a connection between CBDC and EID. Nakita natin yung matid ko? You can see matid ko. Pace by pace, we are on the track or in the position na tayo po magkaroon po na tawag natin po ng BIS system na ito. Nitong BIS system nito will be surveillance. It is kind of a coral na banggit po ni Fitz, Austin Fitz, sa ating pong video na palabas sa maya as a reminder sa atin na unti-unti nating nakikita ng klaro yung mga plano po nila. Which is, ito po yung sinasabi natin, it is a BIS system for the fulfillment of prophecy ng Revelation 13, which is no by and said. They ignored all the privacy experts and security specialists. They are pushing it all through. Pinupush po nila, mga kapatid, na sabi ko dito. I am not optimistic, but it is not too late yet. Parliament still has to vote about this. Let your MEP know that you oppose the digital identity and that you want your MEP to vote against it. Pero mga kapatid ko, we are living in the time of the end. There are people of God in this council which is still holding mga kapatid ko ng four winds. For example, mga kapatid ko, bigyan ko yun ng halimbawa before I play that video. Supposed to be, mga kapatid ko, this November 2, ng Saturday po, dito po sa Pilipinas, ay magsasalita po si Pope Francis. Minsan ako po nag-isip mga kapatid ko, bakit kaya hindi natuloy si Pope Francis? One of the reasons kung bakit po hindi natuloy si Pope Francis, because meron po siyang colds. And according to the advice of the doctors, hindi po advisable po siya nag-travel and he needs some rest. Kapag po namamaga po kanyang throat because of colds o trangkaso ng mga kapatid. What is the reason kaya mga kapatid ko? Sino yung naisip niya, bakit hindi po natuloy si Pope Francis? Because the presence of Pope Francis in the Coptic age is a big impact to them that they will unite and join together to implement those agenda na nais niya sa gawa. But lo and behold, hindi uli po naka-attend si Pope Francis. Which is, nung Pope 27, ay nais po din, actually, Pope 26, Pope 27, Pope 26 hindi po sa atin because of COVID-19. Pope 27, siya po din po ay nagkasakit, napirahan po siya ng kanya pong sakiyan po niya, hindi siya natuloy. Napansin po niya ko, every time na nais po niya pumunta, which is laking bagay ngayon matig sa COVID-19 na sa po makaten. But lo and behold, hindi po siya nakaten. The reason matig ko hindi po siya naten because God still hold the four winds. And according to this week of prophecy, Father, niraise ang kanyang kamay niya, sabi niya, Father, hindi pa ready ang aking bayan na ma-receive yung seal of God. And that is why matigong yung hold pa ng ating Panginoon. Father, hold the four winds for the sake of my people. And that is why matigong, no? God is calling each one of us to give this warning to every one of our members of this church, everyone in our family, that we need to become ready. Lalo't tumatagal matigong, lalo't magagalit po ang mga tao sa mundo ito. Because they wanted matigong. Many people in the world because of calamities. Time will come by next year that hindi po ang kalamidad. For example, ito hindi kalamidad next year. Bakit may pinakalamidad? Because hindi sila na-agree sa agreement ng COP28. habang tumatagal, habang ah, hindi po nila na-implement yung kanilang panukalang, to mitigate this climate change, the more the people will get angry. Which is nabanggit ito matikon, I would like to read. Sa aklat po ng Revelation chapter 11. Okay, tingnan po natin matikon. If your Bible, mga kapatid, buksan po ninyo, Revelation chapter 11. Ito po ang sabi po ng Biblia matikon. Okay, I would like to read Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come. Alam mo kapatid, sige po ipakita ng screen para po hindi pong masundan ang aking pong nais pong ilahad sa gabi nito. Okay, as a review matigong, there are times na hindi minsan natin nakuha yung message because we are not yet there. Okay, paliwanag natin mga kapatid. Dito po, Revelation chapter 11 verse 18. Sa inyong screen, ilabas po natin yung Bible. If your Bible matigong, please get your Bible. Okay, para po hindi po ma-highlights itong mga bagay nito. Okay, let us study your Bible. Okay na, Jesus came matigong, ilabas po natin. Okay, now, ang sabi po ng King James Version, I would like to choose King James Version. And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come. Ibig sabihin natin ko na ito po ay pwedeng, pwedeng sabay, na parang sabay tumating po na nagagalit ang mga bansa at darating din po ang galit ng Diyos. Which is ito po ay, alam po natin, ito po yung wrath is come. Ito po ay patungkol sa salot ng Panginoon na nabanggit po sa Revelation 16 verse 1. Okay, ulitin natin ko Revelation 16 verse 1, ito po ay about the 7 last plagues na binanggit po na wrath is come. Okay. Na kung sa matig ko, na pagka dumating ng wrath is come, ibig sabihin po ay tapos po ang ministeryo ng ating Panginoon sa most holy place. Kaya binabanggit po dyan, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants of prophets, na pinatay ko nila o pinislang nila. At hindi po nga banal, na siyang tumatakot sa iyong pangalan. Maliit at malaki. At yung pong sumisira. Okay, ha? Panahon na upang lipulin mo ang mga sumisira o sumira sa sanglibutan. Which is, alam po natin matig ko, no? Climate change is partly human, okay, man-made, and there is natural, coming from Satan, which is, ito po ay nabanggit po din ng Job chapter 1. Yun rin sa panahon po ni Job. Okay, kung yung kasi matigo, the nations were angry. Nakita po natin matigo na there are some people already exercising their yung strategy to stop the fossil fuel. Some of them matigo na kanila po nilagay yung kanilang kamay, palad po ng pandikit nilagay po sa may door ng sa building, isa pong bank na sila po ang nag-support po ng or nag-fund po ng fossil fuel. Okay, some of them po ay nandiyan po sa street. I know matig ko, kilala po ninyo si Greta Thunberg. Okay, Greta Thunberg. Isa po sa kabataan na sikat po, especially po advocate po ito ng climate change. Hindi naman po si Greta Thunberg, but different areas of the globe, for example, mga scientists, they are already warning us. And some of them, mga kapatid, sa Europe especially, makita po ninyo, sila po ay biga po sa daan, tindikit ng kanilang kamay, and time will come, marami po ang mag-arali. Why? Because they are not come to agreement regarding with the agenda to ito nga po na ma-push po yung agenda para po ay mamatigate po yung climate change. Okay. Habang tumatagal natin ko, the nations will become angry. Kaya mga kapatid sa gabi nito, no, the more become worse sa dating po. And the prophet is giving us the highlights. The time of trouble will come. The nations will have a chaotic experience. Alam po ninyo mga hindi naman po yan. No? Kung hindi po pansinin po yung programa po ng UN, which is yung SDG matig po, no? Isa po dyan yung programa nila po ay yung migration, mass migration. Which is hindi natin maintindihan, which is Ngayon, but there is behind the scene kung bakit po mayroong mass migration. And ang kanila pong dahilan, which is sa panood natin po sa may ilang video po ng climate change, which is because of climate change. At ang result, dahil sa mass migration, nagkaroon po ng natawag natin na culture differences. Because of culture differences, meron pong mangyayari po ng mga riot, nagkaroon po natawag natin na racism, okay, na kung saan po ay nagkaroon po ng patayan because of this mass migration. For example, natin po in Spain. At sila po nag-rally hanggang ngayon po for many days dahil po sa protocol po o yung policy po ng kanilang government because of this mass migration. And you can see in other areas, for example, Italy po, ay ang dami pong nag-migrate from Africa. In US, from Mexico to US, and in different countries natin po, no, nangyayari po mass migration. And the result is very chaotic. Okay, at dito makita natin mga atin po na unti-unti po na-reveal ang prophecy. Okay, now let us go back sa ating pag-aaral and let us listen to Rob Ross regarding with this agreement. Nagkaroon po silang disagreement to reduce po yung digital ID. Okay, let us listen to his message.
I just left the room where we had the negotiations about the digital identity, and I have bad news. The member states and the European Parliament came to an agreement. That means that probably not far from now, the digital identity will be effect in the European Union. Right after this agreement, Commissioner Breton said, now we have the digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it. And what he meant was the digital euro, also known as the central bank digital currency. And this is a very bad development. They always promise us not to make this connection. And even a lot of experts, privacy experts and security experts, warned also last week this is a very bad idea for our privacy and our freedom. And still, this digital identity is pushed through. But it's not too late, because we still have to vote on this in the plenary. So what you can do, send your MEP from your member state an email and tell him or tell her that you are against this tool.
Okay, ito mga pating problema, ano po. Okay, balikan po natin matigo. I would like to ask the question. For example po, isa pong bansa po, yung Europe, okay, mag-disagree po sa panukala nito. The number one problem encounter po nila is yung finances nila because mag-intervene po ang World Bank. Okay, because World Bank is one of the promoter or isa po sa mga nagpo-push po na agenda nito, and including IMF. If they will not agree with this agenda, hindi po sila makiram because mga atin, because of COVID-19, most of all the nations around the world po ay meron pong utang to World Bank because of vaccines. And kapag hindi po mga kapatid ko na sila po na-agree, what do you think matig mangyari? Most likely, ay manasa po nila, sila po ay magkaroon po ng natawag na deficit or magkaroon po ng inflation malaki because World Bank will stop their support to give them loan. So nakita natin mga tingko na the trend sa ating panahon nito, they cannot stop it. Because every country in the world right now ay malaking po utang sa World Bank. And alam po natin that we already experienced inflation because of the effect po ng COVID-19. And how if dumating uli yung another pandemic na binabanggit na, big pandemic. And if a country don't like to follow the protocol, and then the World Health Organization ay magkaroon po na natawag natin po ng implementation that you cannot cross the border unless you have this kind of of DPI, or yung tawag natin digital health, because digital health papasok po dyan sa may DPI na yan. So our yung ating pong mga OFW cannot cross, or they cannot work in abroad. So kapag walang trabaho yung mga Pilipino, hindi makakross. For example, Pilipinas po against po mga PIGO. For example po, ito tingnan natin, no? Para po yung nabigyan kayo po ng idea. For example po, ay nakita natin ganyan, share po tayo sa ating pong group chat. It is parang good news kasi nga po, yung ating pong ang Pilipinas po ay nag-reject po ng IHR po na propose po ng World Health Organization. Yes, ngayon po ay okay. Pero paano mga kapatid kung mangyari that there will be another pandemic? Okay, would you think na hindi po mag-abide ng Pilipinas sa policy po ng World Health Organization? Because most of other countries po ay, for example po Indonesia, they are proposing for this digital passport, na tawag po natin na health passport, and other country. So kapag hindi po sumali ang Pilipinas during that day, sa tingin po ninyo matigod, the Philippines can survive without the support from World Bank sa ating loan? Remember, President Digong, okay, President Duterte, during the time of pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic, kanila naisip na the only solution, mga kapatid ko, na bumalik natin economy, because during the time, ay puro lockdown, so bumabag sa ating economy. So the government is the one who gave us support regarding with our food, with the monthly natin pong pangailangan. So kapag nag-close po ang isang bansa, and then we have no DPI, okay, sabi nila po, we cannot give you the vaccine, for example, and we cannot let your people come out in country because you're a threat to our country. Okay, sapagkat we are already practicing this DPI and also implement the IHR. Kaya yung Pilipinas, hindi kayo nag-practice ng IHR, we cannot let you come to our country. So ang ating OFW ay hindi makabalik doon sa kanilang lugar. For example, how we saw, because they already have, for example, sa Israel, during the time, for example, nagkaroon po ng pandemic, may great pandemic, ika nga po binanggit na. So, Israel already committed sa IHR. Okay, this OFW ay umuwi ng Pilipinas. Okay, spend vacation because allowed siya umuwi because meron po siyang natawag natin na digital health passport. Okay, here comes, babalik po si OFW sa may Israel. But the sad thing is, wala po siyang, hindi po suportado ng World Health Organization ng Pilipinas dahil wala po siyang, hindi po siya nag-agree doon sa IHR. Would you think makabalik po yung worker na yun sa Israel? I think not so. Hindi po siya makabalik because hindi papayagan na WHO and even other countries because we are threat in the country. Remember, during the time of pandemic, kapag wala kang vaccine, you cannot cross the border or cannot go in any country na makapunta doon because you have no vaccine. Okay. Yan po nakita natin, which is parang ngayon nakita natin, buti ang Pilipinas, hindi po siya nag-agree. But the dilemma is, pag hindi sa pandemic, wala po magagawa ang Pilipinas. But to abide the World Organization in regards to the agenda. Because magkaroon po ng tawag natin economic collapse. Okay, hindi po tayo makaborrow, hindi makakross po ang ating OFW, so babagsak po ang ating economy. Lalo nagugutom po ang Pilipino. Pag nagutom ang Pilipino, magkaroon po ng rally. Okay, magkaroon po ng tawag natin na revolution. So, ang gagawin ng Pilipinas po, for the sake to save the Philippines, sa panahon na yan, they will agree sa panahon na yan. Like po nangyari po ng panahon ng pandemic. Nakuha po natin mga kapatid ko. So, diyan po natin nakita mga kapatid ko, even though there are some member of the European Parliament na sila po hindi agree sa digital ID. But they will agree in the point na sila po ay makasurvive or sila po ibigyan po ng budget ng World Bank sa akin ng loan. Kaya nakita po niyo matid ko, which is, yan po nakita natin ngayon sa ating pag-aramatid ko. The reason kung bakit po ay mangyayari po yan, kahit sabihin natin po ay mayroong nagdi-disagree. But time will come. Dating panahon, mga kapatid ko, they will agree because of financial difficulties ng isang bansa. Okay, now, nakita niyo matig ko na lahat po yan ay a-agree yan po sa DPI. Because the number one supporter po ng DPI, of course, the Vatican, the World Bank, and the IMF. Okay, now, let us continue with our study. Okay, next. And even WEF. Okay? World Economic Forum. Ito pong mayayaman sa ibang bansa. Okay? World Richest People. World Economic Forum report admits digital ID could be used for surveillance and persecution. Which is binabagit natin ganyan. This is the BIS system. Because this digital ID or DPI will be used, okay, to surveil and persecute those who don't like to obey the mandate of the world government. The World Economic Forum, WEF, has admitted in a new report that digital IDs are exclusionary by nature and can facilitate the identification, surveillance, and persecution of individuals or groups. Sino po yung groups na tumatig ko? Of course, ang kaluhulihan po, tayo po mga Seventh Adventist, na tayo po hindi sasamba sa linggo. Yet by verifying conditional access, ID is by its very nature exclusionary, with ID being used to facilitate the identification, surveillance, and persecution of individuals or groups. Ayan. Now, dito po sa may video na ito, matig ko, nung nakita ko ito, sabi ko, isama ko dito sa ating pag-aaral. Sabi ko din ng crossroads with Joshua Philip, could digital IDs be coming for all Americans? Okay, sabi ko, ito pa ba ay, sabi niya, ito ba ay makarating sa Amerika? Sa lahat ng Amerika. Now, sabi ko niya, a bill has been introduced to be a way to ensure that people are who they say they are on the internet. The bill calls for a public-private partnership to bring digital ID systems to the US. Which is, ito po ay makita natin ngayon na even the US, time will come, they will agree to this DPI. Okay, let us watch this video.
There are senators who have introduced a bill to create digital IDs for all Americans. As we're seeing AI come about, as we're seeing narratives of foreign disinformation come about, as we're seeing all these, what they call threat vectors on the internet come about, there are people, and it's both Republicans and Democrats, and even some legitimate concerns, honestly, who are stating we need to find a way to ensure that people are who they say they are. And so the solution they're proposing is a global digital ID, meaning you will no longer have anonymity on the internet. U.S. Senators Kristen Sinema, an independent in Arizona, Cynthia Loomis, Republican of Wyoming, have introduced Senate Bill 884, known as the Improving Digital Identity Act of 2023. As the bill text says, the lack of an easy, affordable, reliable, and secure way for organizations, businesses, and government agencies to identify whether an individual is who they claim to be online creates an attack vector. Everything you do can be tracked to you and can be used as legal evidence against you already. So from a law enforcement standpoint, we already have that. It is concerning if everything is attached to you, essentially.
Okay, I would like to repeat matig ko na for you to understand kung sinasabi po ni Joshua Philip dito po sa crossroads. Please listen again.
There are senators who have introduced a bill to create digital IDs for all Americans. As we're seeing AI come about, as we're seeing narratives of foreign disinformation come about, as we're seeing all these, what they call threat vectors on the internet come about, there are people, and it's both Republicans and Democrats, and even some legitimate concerns, honestly, who are stating we need to find a way to ensure that people are who they say they are. And so the solution they're proposing is a global digital ID, meaning you will no longer have anonymity on the internet. U.S. Senators Kristen Sinema, an independent in Arizona, Cynthia Loomis, Republican of Wyoming, have introduced Senate Bill 884, known as the Improving Digital Identity Act of 2023. As the bill text says, the lack of an easy, affordable, reliable, and secure way for organizations, businesses, and government agencies to identify whether an individual who they claim to be online creates an attack vector. Everything you do can be tracked to you and can be used as legal evidence against you already. So from a law enforcement standpoint, we already have that. It is concerning if everything is attached to you, essentially.
So, ibig sabihin matig ko, no, binabanggit po dyan ni Joshua Philip, there will be no anonymity. Ano ba ibig sabihin po ng anonymity? Wala pong tatawag natin po na, katulad sa atin yun, ay pwede po magkaroon ng fake account. Time will come matig ko na some of us, mayroon pong natawag natin po na dalawa po ang Facebook account. Pero dating panahon matig ko na hindi po pwede na yun because one digital ID per account. So lahat ng ating ginagawa, they can see it in PPI. Kung ano po inyo pong nilagay diyan matig ko. Example po ay tayo po ay nag-share po ng message about the second coming of Jesus Christ or about the mark of the beast, the loud cry, hindi po basta-basta po sa panahon na yun. Satan will hinder, pipigilin matig po yung loud cry, katulad. Kaya matig ko sa panahon nito, no, na actually, way back 2 years ago, ay nag-warn na po ang Facebook regarding with their plan na tayo po ay pwedeng i-sanction kapag pinag-usapan po natin yung Sabbath issue, yung food, and then LGBTQ or LGBTQI. Pero nangyari matigo, ang Panginoon talaga po ay nagbibigay po talaga ng the hold yung for weeks. Para po ay marating yung message nito. Alam niyo kapatid, during the time, nangyari po, ay supposed to implement nila, nag-warns po na ng December, hindi po ba February, magkaroon po ng online tatawag natin po na tracking sa mga online platform na present po ng hate speech. Nung dumating yung February, way back yun na 2022, okay, 2022. Nung February matig ko ay nagkaroon po ng gera. Okay, yung Ukraine. Okay, tama ba ako? 2022. Nung gera po Ukraine, Russia, nagluwag po, ang sabi ng Facebook, i-allow uli yung hate speech laban po sa Russia, siniwa pong Russian invasion dyan po sa may Ukraine. So nawala po yung restriction na yun. And then this year, yung World Economic Forum, maganda pong topic naman po is tanggalin po. Pero hanggang ngayon natin ko ay nantay natin. Pwede mangyari yun kapag tayo po yung message regarding this. Ay pwede nilang tanggalin. And we will study that again. I have already the slide regarding with their plan and with the message na they will really track and close those social media nagtatakal po ng disinformation. Pero hindi pa rin po nangyayari yung kanila pong sabi. Why? Because God wanted na message nito po ay marating sa bawat. Nais sa Panginoon matid ko na marinig po ng marami ng mga tao yung warning niya. That the system of the beast is already forming. Na kung saan po ay nabubuo yung imahe ng Diyos. And the system kapag nabuo po, and that is the time, makita natin po in rapid progress, kapag nabuo pong sistema nito, finally, okay, including Republican and Democratic Party in the US, because we believe, matig ko na, according to our spirit of prophecy, that the US or the Lamb like this will be the one to implement na tawag po natin na mark mark of the beast, which is Sunday worship by law. At hindi po mangyayari yung no buy and sell kapag hindi po digital ang ating pong payments. Because who will track, okay, if you're using cash? For example, po cash. Hindi po nakalang na for example, bibili ka po ng tinapay sa isang store. Sino po nakalang na nakabili ka ng tinapay sa store na yun? No one, di ba? Nakalang na po yung store owner and you kasi bumili ka. But the government cannot see you and they cannot follow you because wala ka sa internet. That's why yung SDG matikon na 2030, plano po nila, ito po ay magiging, they will provide, ito po, kaya po sa Pilipinas po na mayroong Wi-Fi, Pinoy Wi-Fi for all. Na kahit po sa probinsya ngayon, ay meron pong internet. Kasi nga hindi ma-achieve yung SDG goals kapag wala internet. So, they wanted na lahat po ng citizen in the whole world ay connect sa internet. Kaya ito pong 50 countries na binabanggit nila na DPI, ito po ang first world country na meron po internet. Gaya po natin pinag-aralan, gaya po ng Jamaica, nabigay po sa internet, and all citizens sa Jamaica makapasok doon sa may system na yon. So, yung 50 countries na yun, yung po mga first world country na meron sila po internet na yun. Okay? At magkaroon ng internet. Yung time will come, kapag nabuo po yung DPI nito, yung digital wallet, digital passport, and yung ating pong mga documents will be transferred. Lahat po natuto tayo mag-transfer ng documents natin using our email. Okay, hindi na po gagamitin natin po yung paper. Okay, that time paperless na po. Okay, long before, wala pa pong cellphone, wala pa pong Facebook. Tayo po ay nagsulat po sa ating po mga family through love letter, okay po ay courier. So pumasok pong email, nawala po yung, naunti-unti po nawala ang courier. Yan po yung card noon, po hindi na po using card, nawala na po. Kaya po sa may National Bookstore, wala na po kayo makita masyado pong yung mga card because ngayon po nauso pong digital. So kapag nabuo ito mga tid ko, which is makita natin lahat po ay surveilled. Makita po nila yung transaction natin online. And that is the system of the beast na ating pinag-usapan sa gabi ito. Kapag ito hindi nabuo, hindi rin po mangyayari matid ko, kanila pong monitor na mangyayari pong no buy and sell. Kasi if we are using the cash, ay mga kapatid ko, who can control? But if our money is already digital or CBDC, because CBDC is controlled by the central bank, which is ito po ay programmable, pwede pong piliin nila, ito lang pwedeng bilhin mo. Okay, ito lang pwedeng time bumili ka. For example, dahil panahon, okay, pagdating po ng Sunday, because there is already a Sunday law, okay, there will be no buy and sell. Okay, hindi ka pwedeng bumili. Okay, hindi ka pwedeng makapag-travel. You cannot charge your e-card. Okay, yung vehicle natin electronic. So because they know kung anong ginagawa natin during. Nakita po ninyo matid ko, I hope I place atin ulitin ko po. During the time of DPI, they can monitor what we're doing. Okay, they can monitor kung ano pong presentation natin regarding. For example, ginagawa natin ngayon. Somebody is, they're going to use AI. Okay, AI and of course people to monitor every platform na nangaral ngayon. Because mga kapatid ko, no? Of course, ang kala natin, they're against disinformation regarding the internet, which is against climate change, and of course, sa may pandemic. But the real thing is, mga kapatid ko, if we are going to study the Bible, especially the book of Revelation 12:17, the dragon is brought with the woman and the remnant of her seed. Na tayo po ng mga Seventh-day Adventists na tumutupad ng utos ng Diyos at merong spirit of prophecy na banggit po ng 12:17, and it is also explained in the chapter of 19 verse 10 ng Revelation, the spirit of prophecy, ito pong testimony. So mga kapatid, makita natin, time will come, pag nabuo itong mga bagay nito, follows, okay, the mark. Nakuha po natin matid ko, which is, dito po natin nakuha ngayon matid, nakita natin yan, the idea of the system that is na binubuo ngayon. They are forming the system towards the end or the end goal ng parang po ng surveillance and no buy and sell. Okay, now, let us continue. Kaya hindi po ito lamang po sa 50 countries. But time will come, it will spread in every part of the globe. Because time will come, for example po, yung pera po ay CBDC, and still your country choose to use cash, they cannot transact their economy sa ibang bansa gamit ng cash. So what they need to do? Of course, they will do transition from cash to digital para sila po ay magkaroon po ng interconnection ng commerce o tinatawag natin na business, mga kapatid ko. Okay, now let us continue sa ating pag-aaral sa gabi. I hope kapatid ko ay klaro po dyan sa inyo, and if you have some questions and hanging question, you can write down sa ating pong comment section and we will answer that later, mga kapatid ko, sa ating pong pag-aaral. Okay, let us now continue.
There are
Okay, dito po mga kapatid, banggit kanina. US digital ID system proceeds to Senate for debate. Okay, nandiyo po yung pinag-usapan nila. But they have already tatawag natin bill regarding with digital ID. Which is, sabi po dito mga kapatid, help all citizens more easily and securely engage in transaction online. Mabilis nga po mga kapatid ko, our transaction online. But the thing is, we know the kapatid ko, it is a surveillance, it is the system na gamitin nila, time will come sa ating pong mga Adventist. And prove who they are online. Nakita po nila sino online, sino hindi. So, if you have no digital ID, you cannot buy. Okay, if you have no DPI, you cannot transact. Okay, time will come, sabihin natin, Brother Maiton, okay, Brother Maiton, I don't like to join with that program. Brother Maiton, sabihin natin, example po, sabihin natin, Brother Maiton, natatakot ako. Hindi ako sasali dyan. Kapag hindi ka sumali matig ko, time will come. For example, ako po ay hindi ako sasali dyan sa DTI. Okay, and I'm living in the city. Okay, I'm working in a company. Okay, and the company that I'm working, sila po ay mag-implement ng DPI because the bank or the central bank will not allow them anymore to deposit their cash. So my company, eventually, dahil po ay wala talagang opportunity, walang ibang option, they will transition to DPI. Me as a worker, okay, receiving my salary to my company, dahil digital na, wala akong DPI, I have no digital ID, I have no CBDC account, okay, I'm not participating in tinatawag natin po na yung ating GCash and Maya, hindi ako makabili. Okay, hindi ako makabili. For example, sabihin natin, Brother Marton, paano yan? Ayaw ko. Paano yung pamili natin? Paano yung pagkain nila? So if you are residing, kapag sabihin mo, hindi ako Brother Marton, hindi ako sasali dyan. Magugutom ang family mo, including you. So eventually, you will join. But there's no problem yet because there is no such thing na hindi pa naman implement yung tawag natin po na Sunday worship. So, you will join eventually because wala kang marisin na sahod. Kuha po niyo matig ko. Now, kapag dumating pong point, kasi sabi ng Panginoon, no, sa atin po, no, sa account to living, okay, sa CL, na kapag dumating po yung Sunday, we need to go to the countryside. Dahil po ang restriction po ay mahigpit sa city. Now, kapag dumating ang point, matig ko na, for example, ito po bigyan natin ng halimbawa. Gusto ko pong sabihin sa inyo kapatid sa gabi. At para po yung maintindihan natin ang ating pinagano. Okay, minsan po natin dinibanggit. I would like to elaborate. Bigyan kayo ng scenario. For example, sige, later on na po, mga kapatid, no? Meron akong ipakita sa inyo po na logo and then I will explain everything regarding with that. So dito po sa US, matig ko, they proceed to Senate for debate regarding with digital ID. Okay, sabi ko dyan matig ko na binabanggit yan. Digital ID solution is increasingly sought by many governments around the world. So, ibig sabihin, nakita po nila na it already implemented in some part of the globe. For example, natin ko sa ating Pilipinas, hindi natin malayan, ito pang national ID. Ay, automatic ko, no, hindi ko alam na ito pong national ID natin. Ito is part of the plan. Okay, because I didn't have yet those information ng SDG. Until such time na receive ko pong SDG, and I already understand that it's part of the agenda. Okay, blue words, matig gabi ng bagay. The European Parliament confirmed, okay, yung European Parliament confirmed last month, okay, kailan sinulat ito? Okay, for March 11, April 11, 2023. Ibig sabihin po, noong March, the European Parliament confirmed last month with a majority 418 votes to 103 a new digital identity framework that seeks to provide EU citizens with digital assets to keep public service across Europe borders. So, ibig sabihin natin ko, they already agree na magkaroon po ng mga ating ko ng digital ID. Not yet mga DPI, but this time nakita natin they're pushing the DPI. not only the digital ID, because digital ID is only part of DPI. Okay, now, ibig sabihin natin ko, they already agree with this agenda. Because 400 votes, ibig sabihin po, majority, ang laki po ng lamang. Na sila po okay, ito po sa nawag natin digital ID. Kasi mga matid, no, kung you have no knowledge regarding with the book of Daniel Revelation or the Mark of the Beast, for example po, ay hindi mo po alam na ito po may connection. Because the only thing that you can think is that ang dali ng transaction at hindi ka na kailangan pumunta sa isang entity kasi ipapasa mo lang yung documents mo. Ganun po kabilis ito mga kapatid ko. But the thing is, sa nag-aaral po ng prophecy, at iba po mga protestante, sapagkat alam po natin, born again, isang evangelicals, ang kailan po projection, in time will come, pag-aralan po natin ito, what is the mark of the beast? Because they believe that digital and ito pong CBDC is the mark of the beast. Okay, so kaya po sila po against with that. But ito po mga majority, they don't believe that. So that's why matig po nanalo po sila, they are majority. Okay, next. So dito mga kapatid mo, no? Melville said in another tweet that digital IDs are a giant contrive to manipulate people into surveillance, government control, and loss of freedoms and human dignity. Alam po nila, matig ko. Those who are opposed, alam po nila, dito po ay surveillance, government control, and loss of freedom and human dignity. Which is alam po natin tumatid, no? Ginagawa ito as part of SDG to mitigate climate change. Okay, bagitin uli natin matigong. Paano po ba naman ito makunik sa climate change? Makukunik po siya sa climate change kasi nga po, example, dating panahon, yung travel natin, yung paggamit natin sa sakyan. Sabi natin, ba naman ito, paano yung kung bibili ako ng electric car? Okay, gagamit ka, yes, okay, wow. Okay, sabihin natin, ba naman ito, ako po exempted na because I'm using electric car and not producing carbon emission anymore. Pero matig ko, yung pagsaksak po ng kuryente sa iyong electric car still coming from the fossil fuel, burning fossil fuel. Ibig sabihin matig ko, nag-init pa ng carbon emission. So time will come, ay ililimit nilang travel natin. Okay, for example, ikaw ay magamit ng electric car. So yung electric car matig ko, mayroong mileage po yan. At connect sa smart. Sa yung cellphone, sa yung computer. For example, ibang mga car ngayon na-connect po sa ating cellphone eh. For example, mga EV ay na-connect po sa smart. Kaya pwedeng buksan, gamitin yung cellphone. Okay, now. So kung na-connect yan sa smart mga ko sa yung cellphone, kaya po na alamin na kung ipapasok nila po yung natawag natin po na mileage. So every month, meron ka lang allowed na mileage to use your car. Kapag ka lumagpas ka dun sa mileage na yon, ay kukontrolin ka, hindi ka na makatravel. Okay? You will wait for another few days, mag-lapse ang buwan na yon, and then they will resume your allowance for the trip. Okay? For your transportation, ano po ng travel. Okay na. Furthermore, technologies with such capabilities may generate additional concerns surrounding freedom, mobility. Kaya po mobility, no? Yung ating pong freedom of movement. Ating security, equality, access, autonomy, consent, and human dignity. Some of the most intrusive aspects of ID technologies include functionalities that allow governments and partnering agencies to track user behaviors across time and to develop complex profiles of their identities. For example, po tayo mga Seventh-day Adventist, time will come. Okay, because we are worshiping on Sabbath, okay, time will come, they will implement because the system already laid dyan po sa may DPI nito. Okay, the only solution para masolve ang calamities nito ay ang tao po babalik sa church magsimba. So, they can already track you if you don't go to church. Okay? Because they can see you because of your mobile phones. Diba, ang ating mobile phones, meron pong tawag natin phone, tawag natin na health. Meron yung health natin ko na malaman po ilang steps. That is one way ko malaman nila kung saan ka. Kasi open yung location mo. Okay, malaman nila kung ba naman akin i-off kung aking location. Aking location na apps. If you off the location, ibig sabihin you're just staying there. Okay, you're staying there. And time will come, example po dyan sa UK, meron tawag sila po na gate. Okay, ba naman ito, i-off kung aking, i-off kung aking time will come, off kung aking locator. para hindi ako matrack. For example, lalabas ka na sa division. In a subdivision, meron po yung tawag natin po na no control. And before you go out and before you come back, meron pong gwardiya yan na kailangan ka mag-in. For example, kaya po yung pinag-usapan ngayon po sa London. At yung nangyayari po sa China, yung ginagawa ngayon, natawag po natin po na surveillance with for camera. Siguro po, kapag may time, ano pong oras mo yung matigutin. Okay, maybe next time, pakita ko sa inyo po, nangyayari po sa China. Later mo pakita ko sa inyo po. One video matid ko sa China, which is ginagawa nila matid ko na kung saan po ay hindi ka pwedeng lumabas kapag mababa ang score mo. Okay, for example, ay hindi ka nagsimba ng araw linggo, hindi ka na-track kasi kailangan matid ko ay time will come, may attendance po yan. Okay, matidan. For example, scenario po ay Sunday na. Meron pong attendance yan. For example, hindi ka po nag-church because you are Seventh Adventist, you don't follow the system of the beast, then the mark of the beast because you don't like to have the mark. And then, requirement po ng government, you need to go to church because they believe because the only solution is that to worship on Sunday. Okay, ayan po solution. So, kailangan po mag-attendance. You will put attendance in your wallet or DPI. So, they will know, for example, hindi ka nag-worship, so mababang score mo. Or mababa po, hindi po social grade score. So, mababa matig ko, you cannot buy. Okay, medyo ngayon po ay hindi ko ma-explain ngayon sapagkat siguro po one time matig ko, no, we will give you information regarding that next year. Okay, titingnan po natin, bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon na ma-explain po natin maigi yan, which is I already explained from in other churches regarding with that kind of mythology. Okay, these behaviors are then rewarded or punished. So, ibig sabihin ito, diyan po nakita ninyo po ano po. Blue words. These behaviors are then rewarded or punished by the governments like the social credit system used in China, which is, nakita na naman ko in connection, which is nabanggit kami kanina ng Atlantic Council, the blueprint of the New World Order is the Chinese, or the China. Okay, we will explain that later mga ko, no? Maybe next year, hindi natin paabutin po ng 25, na-explain po natin maigi, and you will know, ito pang gagawin nila. And I will be ready matig ko. Kaya sabi natin mga tigong, napakira matig ko, if we reside still in the city, pagdating panahon nila. Okay, now, let us continue. At dito natin ko, binabanggit po na nung secretary po ng, or president po ng IMF. Okay, the future was digital. Panoorin pa natin video nito.
That in a massive transformation driven by the digital revolution, of course, how the economy functions and the role of money is significantly impacted. We used to say before the pandemic that the future was digital.
Okay, the future was digital. Okay, next. Okay, now, gaano kabilis ito matig ko? Ang plano nila. Okay, listen.
We have to recognize that if we don't move fast as policymakers, we risk to miss an opportunity and create risks for our future.
Okay, hindi mabilis yung matig ko, they will miss the opportunity. Okay, next. Okay, ito pong video na tumatid ko, no, which is New World Order, we are on the brink of the dramatic change. We are about abandon. Ito po yung nangyari po ng World Governance Summit na ito po yung kanila pong binanggit, mga kapatid, regarding with CBDC. Let us listen to this video.
And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital.
Okay, it means digital. Okay, CBDC.
And what we're...
Okay, next one go, which is right on go, no, na...
Mr. Speaker, the Pope of the Holy See.
Okay. Diyan nakita natin mga tigko na kung saan po is the Protestant churches are in great darkness. Or they would discern the signs of the times. Kapag hindi na nakita mga tigko yung signs of the times, especially sa panahon ito. The Roman Church is far-reaching in her plans and modes of operation. She is employing every device to extend her influence and increase her power in preparation for a fierce and determined conflict to regain control of the world, to establish persecution, and to undo all that Protestantism has done. So nakita natin matiko during simula mga pwede na introduce ko Francisco. Yan po sa Congress. Nung pumunta po siya. Noon, hanggang ngayon matiko, Catholicism is gaining ground upon every side. And the fulfillment of the prophecy matiko nakita natin ngayon. And the system of the beast is already rolling. Na kung sa makita natin ngayon mga kapatid ko, the season of the beast is already rolling and forming. Nagagamitin mga kapatid ko sa panong fulfillment ng prophecy ng Nova Yansen. And we can see the regain to na kung sa matid ko, they wanted to regain control of the world katulad po ng Vatican I. Catholicism is gaining ground upon every side. Under the influence of this threefold union, our country shall repudiate every principle of its institution as a Protestant and Republican government, and shall make provision for the propagation of papal falsehoods and delusion, which is nakita natin ngayon, which is nakita sa likod ng climate change, ang plan nito matigko, and we are the only one, the true church, na-declare sa mundong ito, that the system of this is already forming because there is an image of the beast. Pinabanggit po yung Revelation 13 that the image of the beast ay napo-form mo ngayon. And when the image of the beast already formed, what's next natin ko? The mark will be followed. Then we may know the time has come for the marvelous working of Satan, and that the end is near. Kaya makita natin yun that the end is near. Magiging natin pinag-aralan kagabi. Which is,
so Tucker, the one of the bedrocks of freedom is freedom to do financial transactions, including privately, or freedom to do where you want to do and wherever you want to do. And unfortunately, as the financial system has become more and more digital, you see more and more not only invasive surveillance, but more and more controls. You referred to Canada, perfect example. And the reality, as the financial system gets more controlling and more invasive, it's a little bit like bringing up a corral around us. And CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and vaccine passports or digital IDs are sort of the last shutting of the gate. It's hard for many people to imagine the risks here because we're so used to living with financial transaction freedom. And we don't understand that when this gate.
Okay, sabi po ni ni Austin Fitz, Catherine Austin Fitz, the close on the gates. Okay na po mangyari pong close on the gates. Control, surveillance, if there will be a CBDC, okay, central bank digital currency, and if there's a vaccine passport and digital IDs. Kapag yung tatlong bagay ni Matiko ay meron na po existido po sa ating bansa. Saan ka man ngayon? It means those things na bagit natin, surveillance, control, ay mangyayari po sa atin. In order for us to control because of climate change. Yan po ang nais nila matid ko, na isagawa ngayon, which is, ito po maging rapid, matid ko. We don't know the exact time, but they are, matid ko, meron akong binanggit noon, but we will wait, matid ko. The progress nito, matid ko, maging mabilis in this last days. Now, next, this is matid ko. Ito pong nasabi natin kanina, na nais mo na explain. If you have no DPI matid ko, for example, if you try to go to the countryside, okay, in the countryside, okay, because in the smart cities, ito pong smart cities, ito po yung tawag natin, ito po matid ko na screen. Okay, pakita natin, okay, ito po matid na screen. Okay, I hope ay makagawa ko ng ito. Yan, ito po matid ko na smart cities. Okay. Back. Okay, ito po ay smart cities. Okay. Paano bang ito, sige, check natin na. Smart cities, matid ko dyan sa screen. Ito matid ko smart cities matid ko ay, for example, to monitor devices and sensors transmitting data such as energy usage, air quality, traffic congestion. So smart cities matid ko, diyan po yung natawag nating control. You cannot, 15-minute city, nag-usapan natin last time. Okay, wait a minute na to. Okay. Okay na. Na kung saan po hindi ka makalabas kung wala kang DPI, time will count. Or you cannot use telephone kung wala kang digital ID. You cannot transact in a government kung wala kang DPI. You cannot open your social account if you have no DPI. Okay. You cannot do business if you have no DPI. Okay? Hindi ka naman receive ng natawag natin UBI or yung government allowance kung wala kang nito, mga patid ko. Okay. Hindi ka rin maka-travel and maka-cross ng border. Okay, to book trips, hindi ka maka-book ng trips, to go through border control between countries or regions. Ano po regions? Ibig sabihin po, hindi ka ma-cross ng Manila. Kumatid ko, hindi ka ma-cross ng Manila, papuntang Cavite, or pupunta ka ng Cavite, or pumunta ka ng Bulacan kapag wala kang tinatawag nito na DPI. Okay? That is, book trips. Okay, ito po yung binabanggit natin ko dito po sa Eric Babanen. You can book trips to go through border control between countries and regions. Okay, nakita mo yung matid ko? There will be a great problem kapag ayaw natin matid ko. Now, dito po magsimula matid ko na tawag natin din time of trouble. Pag matid ko yung tawag natin Sunday law. The time of trouble which will be experienced by the people of God in this last. You cannot buy food kung wala kang DPI, kung wala kang CBDC. If you don't work, for example, ay punta ka po ng country, you cannot go to the city because when you go to the city, hindi ka makapag-ride dahil babayaran mo po sa sasakyan ay digital. Nakuha pa natin natin ko, hindi ka rin makakain sa restaurant, hindi ka rin makabili sa may supermarket. Sa mga supermarket na meron tayo ngayon, marami po tayo ngayon sa iba't ibang lugar, hindi ko nabigyan ng pangalan, hindi ka po makabili because you have no digital cash. Okay, hindi ka rin makapag-travel kasi nga po, magbabayad ka sa bus, magbabayad ka sa jeep, ay gamit po ang digital. Okay, hindi ka rin makapag open ng bank accounts, okay, kasi wala ka pong digital ID. Wala ka rin pong DPI, which is nandun po yung inyong pong government ID sa inyo pong, hindi na po tatanggapin po yung ID na literal o natawag natin po na card. Because before you go to the bank, kumatid ko, ay kukunin nila po, i-scan na nila po yung inyong pong QR code and they will see your credentials. So if you have no DPI, time will come you cannot, open a bank accounts, carry out online financial transactions. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka rin makapag-pay ng iyong Meralco o ng inyong pong water kasi nga po ang payment po ay nasa digital payments na po. I hope matid po ay niyo pong nanungan sa gabi nito. Ito po yung ibig sabihin po noon ng DPI. Bakit po nilabas nito ito matid ko? Yung identity in every lives. And time will come matid ko. Ito po yung sabi natin. You cannot access your insurance, your SSS, your PHealth, if you have no DPI. You cannot receive your tatawag natin po yung government support financial help. Even your tatawag natin matid ko ng mga insurance sa mga company if you have no DPI. Because the transaction will be digital to digital. To their accounts, to your accounts. So transfer po nila. Transfer will be on digital. So mga pati panahon na yun, hindi ka rin makapunta sa hospital because you have the money to pay for your health bill. Kaya matid ko sabi natin dito po yung tawag natin po na time of, dati po matid ko, this will be our experience during a time of trouble. Okay? Time of trouble. That you cannot go to the hospital. You cannot buy any food. You cannot use your cell phone, your mobile phone, because you have no DPI. Hindi ka po maka-open ng iyo pong line. Dahil wala kang iba pong mga electronic na mga data sa iyo po, mga kapatid. So ano pong kailangan matin ko? Yes, ito po yung digital identity. Kailangan po entity, saan ka nakatira? Tao ka ba? Yes. Entity, saan ka nakatira? Kailangan mo cellphone at ibang bagay matin ko na dito po may ikot sa digital identity nito. So sabi po kanina matin ko no, what are the tools of new order? Yes, the cell phone, your CBDC, and digital ID. I hope matin ko nakuha po ninyo yung ito pong presentation natin sa gabi ito. Which is matin ko, ito po ang ating pong nakita ngayon, which is ito po mangyayari sa atin in the last days. Okay, next matin ko. Let us move forward. Okay, paano ba tanggalin po yan yung ano? Okay, tanggalin po na. Hindi ko na po alam. Tanggalin po yung ano. Okay, paano ba tanggalin yan? Yan lang. Okay, hindi natin alam paano tanggalin matig ko yung mga nakasulat yan. Okay, siguro po itanggalin natin. Close natin mga share muna. Okay, stop share. Okay, i-share rin natin mga kapatid ko. From wala po yun. Okay, next kapatid ko. Okay, this is screen. Okay. The purpose of the digital green certificate was to demonstrate the Euro citizens into compliance and submission. It was the first instrument imposed by Ursula von der Leyen that is leading to the Chinification of Europe and to a digital tyranny. Panoorin po natin si NEP Christian Perez. Okay, according to this video na kanya pong ginawa, the purpose of the green certificate, okay, ibig sabihin green certificate, ito may tawag natin po na ito po ay regarding with the climate change. Was to domesticate the Euro citizens into compliance and submission.
Thank you so much. Mr. Commissioner, the Digital Green Certificate was the first instrument imposed by Ursula von der Leyen that is leading to the Chinification of Europe and to a digital tyranny. In 2021, Commissioner Didier said that right here in this plenary that the Parliament needs to move fast without debates to pass the Green Certificate in order to save people. The majority of the MEPs believed that false narrative and voted in favor of the Green Certificate. The usage of this certificate in the last year proved that the real purpose of it did not have any medical reasons, but to actually domesticate the EU citizens into compliance and submission. From an area of freedom as the treaty states, EU became a place where people could not go to work, to travel, to receive healthcare, or to use mass transportation unless they had a green certificate, which they obtained in one case if they were vaccinated with the medical product that we see now is causing side effects, including fatalities. The green certificate violated everything that EU stood for and created a dangerous precedent that must end now, which is why all the MEPs must vote against it once and for all. Thank you.
Okay, nakita niyo matig ko. Pinaka-point ko dyan. Di kayo reward matig ko later on. Sabi po ni Christian Perez. With this Chinification. Okay, try ko matig ko, no? Which is video gabi na, pero I would like to try to show you one video regarding with yung tatawag natin po, no, yung Chinification, which is a social credit score sa Pinas. Na hindi po mag-travel, hindi po rin makapag-transact na pong health matig. For example, may sakit tayo matig ko. You are in the country, either your country or you are in the city. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot have food. Sabihin natin, meron akong badumay doon, hingi ako sa mga anak ko. But tayo mo na kamatig ko, you cannot receive any something from your family. Sabihin nila matig sa atin, masyado kayo. Bakit ayaw niyo? Napaganda ng ginagawa ng government para po sa climate change, ayaw niyo. matitigas ang ulo. Yun po mangyayari, matid ko. The same scenario during the pandemic. The family, matid ko, cannot save us. God is giving us the wisdom makita po mga bagay nito para tayo po maghihanda. Kaya po narito po ang direct information mo, mga kapatid sa gabi nito. Just to give the details what will be our future before the Sunday law. Binubuo po nila, matid ko, the system of the beast. And the question, matid ko sa gabi nito, are you ready, matid ko sa panahon niyo? Okay, now, let us, matid ko, the last line. Alam po natin, matid ko, no? The final movements will be what? Rapid. Mabilis ito, matid ko. Kaya makita natin, because the last crisis nangyari sa mundo ito because of climate change. And dito po sila nagkapalakas. This is the most crucial meeting ginagawa ko nun. For example, COP28, dito pong World Economic Forum, dito po yung World Government Summit, ito pong G20, G7, ito pong lagi na pag-usapan, ito pong climate crisis. Which is, next year, alam po natin maliggo, magiging mas madalas po. Kagaya po na nasa Lindol sa may Japos Mindanao, it will be madalas matigka. Ano ba si English na sabi natin? Sabi ni English right now, yung calamities will be what? Frequent and disaster. Kaya mga sabatid, nasabi ko yan, great changes are soon to take place in the world. Malaki po gabago sa atin regarding with their lifestyle. Nabagay na po Francis and last night sa ating discussion na mabago po ating lifestyle because of climate change. Because of climate change, lifestyle, ito pong great changes nangyari sa atin. And take no, matig ko, the final goodness will be rapid. Okay, now, before we end, matig ko, I would like to share matig ko, which is, meron po pong i-share sa inyo. I hope matig ko inyo pong dapat po ay mapanood dito, matig ko, no? Okay, tingnan natin. May ito kasi natin. Okay, wait. Okay, ano po ako matig ko ng video? Doon na lang po sa may ano. Sa akin palang PowerPoint. Okay, sige po, dalawang video. Mabilis na po ito matig ko. And we will end our program tonight. And you will see tomorrow, matid ko, no? Gusto kong, yung natira akong slide matid ko, ay gusto ko pong tapusin para po ay update po tayo sa ating pong events in these last days. Nangyari po sa COP28. Okay, I'm going to share this video matid ko. May this screen matid ko? Okay, nawala. Okay naman. Okay, yan po. Praise God. Okay. Panoorin ito matid ko yung video na ito. Okay, one pa lang. Balik po tayo. Okay, ito una, China surveillance state starts from digital ID. Okay, ito po digital ID. Okay, let us watch this video. Okay, that is digital ID. Okay, meron po ang tawag na kumukuha po ng DNA. Okay, diyan po nangyari sa China yung matid ko. Okay, yan po pagkuha ng DNA. Ibig sabihin matid ko, example, gumawa ka ng crime, mas madali ka pahanap nila kasi meron kang DNA. Okay, pinasok kung digital ID sa hanap ng card and then sa computer na ilabas nila. Okay, next. Okay, number 2, okay, facial recognition. Digital ID is mandatory to get into airport and board your plane now. Ibig sabihin matid ko, not Ito po nangyari ng 2019 sa Beijing Airport. But not only in Beijing right now, but in other parts of the globe, for example po Canada, US, meron pong ganyan, and in Europe. Of course, sa China po ito. Let us watch. Sige po, para sa matig ko, yung isa pong pasayro. Okay. Mag-stop po sila. Then, meron pong face recognition. So, if your social credit score mababa matig ko, you cannot use plane, you cannot use, okay, ito, yung, hindi ka rin time will come matig ko, maka-charge, kasi kailangan po ng mataas yung score. Okay, next. Okay, next. Ito naman po ay sa station ng bus.
虹桥火车站可以
核验通过，请快速通行。
进去喽。
Pakita ko sa inyo matig ko yung isa po yung sa gas. Paano kung gas, may pag-gas matig ko, no? At hindi ka rin makapag-charge. Wait. Pakita ko po sa inyo. Alam ko mayroong gas dito eh. Okay, ito matig ko. Okay, time will come. Meron ko isang engineer na kausap matig ko, no? Which is co-worker ko before. Sabi niya, sapagkat siya po yung electrical engineer, meron pang plano pa lang government that every gas station po ay meron pong natawag na one charging station in every gas station. I don't know if they will implement that next year or next 2 years matig ko. We don't know. Pero yan po yung pangating ko plano po nila. Nabanggit po ng aking kaibigan na electrical engineer. Okay, I will show you this to you matig ko. Ito po China, of course. Yes. Okay, just yung schematic ko. Okay, by law, Chinese citizens with low social credit score being blacklisted. Ibig sabihin po blacklisted, hindi ka po nakapasa, mababa ang score mo. Okay, example po, ang minimum po ay 700 or less than 500 para po ay makapag-gas ka. Kapag mababa ang score mo, you are belong to blacklisted. Are prohibited from driving their own cars. Okay, facial recognition and ID check not required for entering China's gas station. It's for making sure citizens with low score can't refuel their cars. Paano ba maiton kung electric na ako? So, mangyayari din po ba yan? Yes. Hindi ko lang nalagay dito. Sige po, next time, lagay ko na po dito sa slide ko. Kapag nag-charge ka, meron din pong face recognition. So, mababang score mo, hindi ka po makapag-charge ng iyong pong EV or electric vehicle. Okay, mababa pong score. So, for example, time will come, ay implement po ang mandatory Sunday worship. Kapag hindi ka nagsamba, hindi ka makabili, hindi ka mag-travel, wala po, hindi ka po kasama sa citizen. Gutom talaga po mga kapatid ko. Kaya sabi natin, during that time, kapag we are living in cities, wala kang pananim, asa ka lang po sa may supermarket, ito lang po ang pwede mangyari sa atin. Sa panahon po ng little time of trouble. Okay, napakaswerte natin kapatid kung abutan po natin yung great time trouble, nakasurvive po tayo dun sa little time of trouble. Dahil ang pagkain po ay mapoproduce pa ng panahon po ng great time trouble. Kasi nga po tapos na po ang gawain Panginoon, we are expecting na po sa translation. So facial recognition and ID check now required for entering China's gas station. It's for making sure citizens with low score can't refuel their cars. Okay, for example po ay ulitin natin, kapag electric na po yan, it's making sure citizens with low score cannot recharge their EV. Yan po matig po, no? I-replace natin yung pag-electrical. Okay, let us watch this video.
奈何肩上责任重大，能有什么办法？
如果你真觉得自己累了的话，就休息休息。
踏破了一世繁华，失去了青春年华，汗水洗然手脸颊，又怎见几丝？
So yung mga doon, yung mga nakapila po no, sa may gas. So hindi ka makapag-gas ng sasakyan kapag mababa ang score. Okay? So imatid ko, no? Nakita natin, no? Ayan. So dahil po ay pumasa sa inyo pong score yung mataas, ay napang-gas. Okay. Bawat ano po, gas station mayroong gate sa sign. The time will come, pagkalahatan po ay DPI, yes, you not anymore need the gate. Okay. For example po, if you are on the blacklist, so sa current system, you can travel by plane, train, eat at fancy restaurant, play golf, get insurance, even rent a house in China. If you are on the blacklist, restrictions are imposed everywhere on you. So this is the last video natin siya matigo at webinar. Okay, let us watch this.
It brings me to another part of the government social credit system. Here I am at the Supreme People's Court in Beijing. Till February 2019, over 30 million people are named in a list of dishonest persons subject to enforcement by this court. They cannot go traveling by planes, they cannot go traveling by high-speed trains, they cannot go to luxury restaurants, and they can't get a golf courses. They are unable to get an insurance, and they can't even rent a house. If trust is broken in one place, restrictions are imposed everywhere.
Okay, imposed everywhere. Okay, at kaya sabi matikon, because repeat matikon yung nag-aralan natin kanina. Okay, kaya sabi matikon, no? Dito po sa ating screen, share po natin last before we pray, matikon, no? Okay, this is screen matikon. Okay, makita natin, no? China is what? Is a model of the common good. So right now, those who are best implementing the social doctrine of the church are who? The Chinese. Okay, they propose work and the common good. Next. Okay, next natin ko. So, China blueprint for the new world order. So mga kapatid, no? Talaga nakita natin, no? Na pinabanggit nila, ito po yung China is the model for the world order. Kaya mga kapatid, binabanggit natin, nakita natin na inilibig sa ating Panginoon, pwede pumukha itong sistema nito, pwede pinag. And so thankful sa Panginoon mga kapatid sa gabi nito. That God is really giving us timely wisdom. And we would want to share this to many of us. That tayo mga kapatid, we can prepare in the last days. And lahat po ay papuri sa Panginoon. And sa gabi nito mga kapatid, thank you so much for watching and sa pagtitiyaga po ng programa nito. And our mission is that to give the good news of salvation to warn the people, and the people of God will be ready. And actually, we are living in these last days. We are already the last in the final movements na ito. And we will pray and babatiin po namin din natin. Okay, let us pray. Panginoon, sa gabi ito, maraming salamat po sa mga bagay na inyo pong ipinakita sa amin. Na inyo pong ni-share sa amin, Panginoon, na ano pong mukha ng mundo nito sa dating. Yung sistema ng hayop ay inyo pong inalahad para po kami pumilihanda upang hindi kami maipit sa syudad nito. Sapagkat ang panahon ay napakaigpit. Panahon po ng no buy and sell. Sapagkat nais kong nasita, Panginoon, lahat ay sumamba sa Kanya. At lahat ng hindi sumamba sa Kanya, Panginoon, ay hindi makabili, hindi makabenta, hindi po magkaroon ng access sa mga bagay na aming ginagawa. Subalit, Panginoon, kami po ay masaya sapagkat kami hinahanda upang sa dating panahon, kami po ay magkaroon, Panginoon, ng gabay sa inyo, magkaroon po ng pagkain na habang kami po ay naghanda at nagbigay ng mensahe ng 30 Jews message sa ibang lugar, Panginoon. O sa mga lugar na saan po kami inyong dadalhin. We pray, Father, that nanda mo po ang aming sarili, na aming pong karakter ay matransform po sa karakter. And at hindi lamang, Panginoon, matransform ang karakter, kundi ito din aming ma-share sa aming mga kaibigan, sa aming mga churchmates, na sila din po, Panginoon, ginanda. Sapagkat ang panahon ay napakalaki. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa inyo pong kabutihan na aming nakita mga bagay upang pangitulungan. Tulungan niyo po ang aking mga kapatid na nagtitega sa gabi nito at hindi po mapanurin muli nila kinabukasan ang mga bagay ito sapagkat nais po nila, Panginoon, na malaman po ang mga bagay na dapat. Na inyo pong pentulot na aming po makita ito. Please, Lord, help them, Lord, to prepare not only themselves but including their family. Alam po na, Panginoon, na marami po sa amin ay meron po mga kanya-kanyang dala. At iba po sa aming pamilya ay hindi po sa panampalataya. At kami, Panginoon, hindi po mapapagod na dalangin. Na isama namin sila sa aming dalangin, Panginoon, na sila po ay tumanggap din ng Panginoon. At maging handa sa panahon na ito. And we are blowing the trumpet because the image of this is coming and this is the present truth na dapat po malaman namin na kami po ay nasa huling kapanahonan, na kami, Panginoon, ay narapat magkaroon ng tatawag namin po na revival information sa amin. Upang kung dumating man ang panahon ng pag-uupong, ay hindi po mawala po sa amin yung Panginoon, sa gabi ito, tanggalin po sa amin yung pride. Tanggalin po sa amin, Panginoon, ang mga bagay na pagsisinungaling. Yung amin pong pagsasamba na mayroon pong panlabig sa aming panataya, na hindi po kami, Panginoon, tapat sa iyo sa pagsamba sa araw po ng iyong Sabat. Tulungan niyo po kami, Panginoon. At sa amin po mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, Panginoon, ng samdaman, tulad po ng Gabili ni Lasas. Si Nanay Aklat na Kleta, na aming mga kapatid, Panginoon, at request po sa mga family, sa Gonzales family. At isa po kapatid namin, Panginoon, na hindi ko na magiting ang pangalan. Nasa po ay nagparating ang kanyang tuliraning, Panginoon, na isama siya sa dalanganin sapagkat nagkaroon po sila ng issue sa kanyang pong relasyon bilang mag-asawa. Lumalamig ang kanyang pong pag-ibig. At para bagang, Panginoon, ay hantong sa pag-iwalayan. Tulungan niyo po sila, Panginoon, na makita si Kristo sa ng buhay. Meron pa kumbaba, unawaan ang bawat panig, pakinggan ang pinain ng bawat panig. Para po ay magkaroon po ng kaayusan sa lugar. At may palakas po ang panabatayan ng mga bata na makita nila na mayroong Kristo sa loob ng tayo. At meron mo kami mga kapatid, Panginoon, na nakaranas po ng financial difficulty. Tulungan na po sila, Panginoon, na managustuhan po ang mga problema nila. Past the people, their loved ones, or their friends, Panginoon, na magbigay po tulong sa mga Panginoon. At Panginoon, sa gabi nito, dalangin po ginamit ng tao. At hindi po mga iba pong mga present good pictures sa platform po ng social media. Natulungan niyo po kami, Panginoon, na meron pong mga informasyon pa na aming maresibo pa ang aming pong iparating sa aming mga kaibigan. Habang ang platform nito ay binigyan pa ng freedom of speech, Panginoon. At kung dati ang panahon na hindi na po kami allowed na magbahagi po ng present truth, Panginoon, naibigay na po namin ang lahat ng informasyon at wala po ikatwiran ng bawat isa na hindi alam nila, Panginoon, na ito po ay darating. Dahil, Panginoon, kung pwede po sabihin nila, alam mo pala, Brother Michael, bakit hindi mo na-share sa amin? But we are already sharing this present truth, Panginoon, and the future, that no one will be saved, will say, Panginoon, will say that they don't know everything, or they don't know these things, Panginoon, because we already presented this presentation tonight and sometime. And tonight, Panginoon, sa aming pong pagtulog, taglay nawa namin ang kapayapaan. We can experience peace and we can experience the protections of our God. And your promises, Panginoon, that you will never leave us or forsake us, but you will be with us if you hold on with our faith and hold you in your hand. That whatever happens, Panginoon sa iyong buhay, you are always right there, willing to happen. Kaya Panginoon, sa gabi nito, maraming salamat po Panginoon sa paggabay sa amin. Amen. At Panginoon, sa uli kaulihan namin dalangin. Please, Lord, if you will, pour unto us the latter, so that we can boldly speak for your name. We can share this message without fear, that your people will become ready for your soon return and for the coming crisis that is awaits upon us. For naghahantay sa Panginoon, or nariyan Panginoon na pinahanda nila namin manas. Ito po aming dalangin sa gabi nito Panginoon. And all this is yes and thankful. Only the loving name of Jesus Christ, the Savior and Father of the Lord. Okay, matid ko, maraming salamat po sa inyo pong pagtsaga sa gabi nito. At magamat ay gabi na, 10:45. Dapat na matid, no? 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, bali matid ko ay maraming salamat sa inyo. At isang kagalakan na akin pong i-share sa gabi nito, yung mga bagay na nangyayari sa inyo. And if you are blessed, matid ko, please share this to your loved ones. Please share to your churchmate kung sino pong nais po makaunawa, makalam po ng dating mga tanong. Upang sila din po hindi handa at makinabang sa programa nito. Hindi lamang po tayo na-bless, kundi marami po na-bless. Okay, at sa gabi ito ay okay, at marami po dito sa dito. Thank you so much po. Kung mag-pray hand. At nakakapuntin po, makita ko dito po sa po. Okay, dito po sa YouTube, unahin po mga kapatid, no? Okay, dito po si Facebook Daily Ministry. Okay, nakahinto po sa FB, bakit kayo ito, no? Okay, at butin na po, meron tayong YouTube channel. Okay, good evening po, mga kapatid, at sa inyong mga kasama, God bless po sa inyong ministry, naway pagpalain kayong lagi ng Panginoon. Thank you so much po sa inyong dalangin, Sister Victoria Paculo. Okay, sabi po ni Sister Mia Sagapay, good evening po, watching from Barangay San Juan Padre Burgos, Southern Leyte. Wow, parang marami na kayong mga tigpo nandun po dyan sa may Southern Leyte. Praise God. Thank you so much po for watching. At medyo kumakalat na po ating pong ministry dyan po sa may Southern Leyte. Okay, thank you so much po. Ingat po kayo dyan. God bless po. Okay, kay Brother Bernardo Cruz, God bless you. Keep up the good work. Maraming salamat po, Brother Bernardo. At nawa po, lahat po tayo pagkalaan. Ito po ang ating pong baga po ang kasiyahan natin po ng handa pong campus. And we are himatid po na gusto natin po ay panong po knowledge makuha natin. Gusto natin siya para po ay marami po tayo yung rating. At may share natin sa ating pamilya, and then time will come, it will be a good benefit sa atin that we can be able to give the loud cry. Sapagkat mga kiddos, panang ito tayo po ay nasa second angel's message. Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Okay, dito po sila natin po, nakakita natin dito po sa my Facebook. Pa po ay nakita natin like. Okay, mga messages makita, nakita ko po, mga salamat po sa inyo. Verify your action. Makita dito. Yung natin makita. Like. Okay, na natin po, try ko po punta po sa mga Facebook. Dahil nice po, matikis natin ko sa gabi. Okay, dahil po good news ni mga natin po ay po bless sa gabi. Hindi po ang aking layunin natin ko, itong layunin ng dahil po. Okay, hindi talaga, hindi talaga. Talaga makita natin ko. By the way, natin ko, dito ng dulo po makita ako, no? Sister Wency, Sister Emma, please send me this view in my personal account. Thank you. Sino po, Sister Emma? Ay, hindi pong kausap po. Please send me this view in my personal account. Thank you. Pero, Thank you so much sa Emma, no? Tayo po laging manood po ng kita. Kay Sister Marie Jean Carriedo, kay Brother Bobo Delegado ng Kapitid. Hindi ko po makita ang lahat ng kita. Sorry po, hindi ko kayo po lahat nabati sa gabi nito. Kanina po ay nabati ko kayo. Mga kapatid, maraming salamat po. It is my pleasure. Ngayon po ay kakaunti kayo. Alam mo natin na mas masaya ako actually mag-konti. Tutusin natin, masaya ako mag-konti tayo. Kaya kukunti ba kayo natin. But, pero mas maganda natin kung mas marami. Kaya natin, pangit tayo. Kasi natin ko, no, ito po yung panahon nito. Ito dapat ito. And it is my privilege sa Panginoon, bigyan tayo po ng quality time, and opportunity. Maganda po, nasira natin po ginagamit ng technology, ating mic, natin po mixer, hindi po gumagana. Kaya po, ang ating boses sa bigyan sa live video, hirap po ako magsalita. Kailangan ko mag-focus sa effort ng boses. Napapagod na aking pong lamunan, but then, I'm still thankful sa Panginoon. Because I want you to become ready. Hindi lamang po kami ng aking pamilya, but you also mag-ito. Okay, magamat ay gabi na, we sacrifice because of this people, because we are neither the second country. Thank you so much, matid ko sa gabi nito, and God bless ating lahat. And namamatid ko, no, walang mawaglit sa atin. Ito po aking friend natin sa atin. Sa lahat ng viewers natin, sa lahat po ng ating pong tagasbaybay na report, hindi po kayo po ay kilala personally. Hindi ko alam kung saan po kayo. Some of you, matid ko, yes, of course, we connect each other, magpupo po saan kayo. But, many of you, hindi ko alam mga po. There are hundreds of people watching in YouTube. Nakita ko po, nag-increase ang I don't know if you keep on watching, you keep on studying, and reviewing our video. But, matid ko, no, isa lang kasayahan matid ko. Kung lahat po kayo matid ko na loob po ng programa ito, nakita ko sila. And that is my God. Kaya po aking full grace. Sa nagtitiwala, marami sila. We cannot please everyone. Kaya po, kasi natin yung kami sa Jeremiah 6:17, even though that we give the time, pero marami po hindi. But, may desire. Kita po kayo. If we are already in heaven, because after matigo sa gabi nito natin, gabi ko nag-usahan natin. If we expect translation, if you and I expect translation, and we are sharing this to the people, we'd like to tell you what na before we para po sa ating mga viewers sa gabi, para hindi po sayang nanood. I want to give you the two rights natin. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, okay, para po makareceive tayo matipon ng mark ng ating Panginoon. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, okay, ito pong sabi ng Panginoon, matin ko na. Okay. I will find the exact version of it. Please get your Bible, matin ko na. Chapter 9, verse... Ayun. Verse 4. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. Okay. This is very important statement for me. It is the revelation for us if we wanted to have the part of God for the seal of God inside. And ito pang natito, you can watch this tomorrow, but if you can natito, but you would like it for PM. Itiwan po sa inyo natin dito, no? Mag-pray po kayo, o tayo natito before we sleep, para po ay tayo po ay magkaroon po ng seal of God sa nakita. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 9. This is the last verse and we will end this program right now. 9 verse 4, Mati. Kung sabi ng dito. Okay, Jesus kayo Mati ko, labas. Itang ka na po yung Mati. Basta, alam mo kapit mo, pumpulit sa mo, but I would like to share this with you. Okay, sabi nito natin ko, no? Sorry, Physical 9.4. Chapter 9 verse 4. Okay, ang sinabi pa Panginoon sa kanya, pumaroon ka sa gitna ng bayan. Sa gitna ng iglesia ng 7 Adventist. Sa gitna ng Jerusalem. Because we believe that we are the Israelites, the Israelites in the true church. At maglagay ka ng mga tanda sa mga noon, mga taong na nagbubuntong hininga at nagsidain dahil sa lahat ng kasot ng tuklam na nagawa sa gitna. Those who sighed and cried for all domination. Ibig sabihin ko, tayo po ay nagbibigay po ng mensahe sa mga bagay na ginagawa po ng sanglibutan ito. Those who do abomination and we give the message of hope sa ibang mga tao sa ating pamilya. Sa church, of course, kasama po yan. We can receive the seal of God. Those who sigh and cry for all the nation, they will receive the seal of God in the prophets. Diyan po sa panahon ng seal of God. That is a promise ng ating faith. And I hope natin ko sa gabi nito, tayo po sama-sama ng mangarap. Ano man, pwedeng gawin natin. Share this program. Thank you po more. If you are blessed with it, go share this in your work. Let them watch with it. Huwag kayong matakot with it because in the book of Mark chapter 13 verse 18, hindi ko mali, Mark chapter 13 verse 18, kung tayo po ay ashamed sa salita ng Panginoon, tayo din po ay ashamed ng Diyos sa ganito pag-ibig. Kaya matay ko sa gabi ito, good night, God bless. At nawamatay ko, if you wanted to have the seal of God, we need to cry and sigh. Kung lahat po yung mga bagay na ginagawa ng taong sa mga. To warn them about the coming. And surely, we will receive the seal. Good night, God bless Matig ko. And if we have time tomorrow, for this coming Thursday, sure Matig ko, this Thursday, we will come back and we will study again the new topic. And I hope that you will bless and we are all blessed for this ministry. God bless, good night, Matig ko.